You can measure the size of an elephant. You can clock the speed of a cheetah, but you can't quantify the heart of a
kings, queens, and in-betweens. Welcome to Dr. Boxing Talk. Stream starts now.
The champ is here! 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 The champ is here!
If I tell you I'm good, probably you will say I'm boasting. But if I tell you I'm no good, you know one line.
Yo, 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 yo. We in the building on this wonderful Wednesday. Tell me how you're feeling. This is Wednesday afternoon, man. 1:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And your boys in the building. You know what I'm saying? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brethren and sisters, hermanos, mi hermanas, ladies and lads, prince and princesses, kings and queens, and everything in between. Y'all know what time it is. A doctor's in the house. Let's get right, man. Let's get right to it. We have some things to talk about today. Quite a few things to talk about today. You know, it's been, we have a press conference, you know, Chris Eubank and, not Chris Eubank. Chris Eubank kind of been doing a workout, but we had a press conference earlier with, Abbas Barrow and Xander Zayas, man, junior middleweight unification between the WBA belt held by Abbas Barrow and the WBO belt held by Xander Zayas, man. It should be a good one, man. I'm looking forward to it. But before we get to that, man, we got to go ahead and thank the Most High, say our prayers. So let's get right to it, man. Join me and bow your heads. You see your boy got on a long shirt today because, yeah, it gets cold in Florida, too. You know what I'm saying? Even in Florida, it gets cold. But join me and say your prayers. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you. We just want to thank you for this wonderful week. Thank you for this wonderful Wednesday, Lord, and anything that we're going through, Lord, just see us through. Let us be able to clear all our hurdles, all the obstacles, all the things that are trying to bring us down or distract us. Let us stay focused on our goal, and that's just to give you all the praise and all the glory, Lord, and be the best representation for those that are lost to come back under your umbrella. Lord, because you protect us from everything, especially those things that are bad. You do not want us to have a sense of fear because, you know, fear is a false evidence of things appearing real. False evidence appearing real, and what conquers that is faith, Lord. So we may not see the solution, we may not have the solution, we may not see the clear path, but as long as we stay faithful and keep going, you're always going to lead us through. In Jesus' name, amen. He did it for Moses. He could do it for you. You feel me? So let's get right, man. So I have some things to talk about, man. Couple things, but we gonna get right to it, man. I want to start off with Janibek, bro. So there was this picture floating around. Let me see if I can pull it up, man. Don't forget to smack that like button. Let's hit this roll call real quick. We have George, the last Dragonborn, in the building. What's good, brethren? We have Peel out in the building. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. And we just launched our newsletter, man. Today is our inaugural issue of the newsletter. It's a free box of newsletter called Doc's Corner, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you want the good, educational, real, factual breakdowns before the internet gets to it and they get messy and talk about who I don't like, or this he say, she say, or this person might have did this, check out Doc's Corner. The link is in the bio and the link will be in the description. Check it out, man. For your listening pleasure, we are also on Spotify as well. So wherever you're tuning in, thank you. Don't forget to smack that like button and leave a good review. You see what I'm saying? But let's get right to it, man. So Janibek, man. I've been seeing this thing with Janibek, and I want to show y'all this real quick before I'm talking about, before we get to it, man. I want y'all to see. Real quick what they say about Janibek. Old Janibek Alimkhanuly. So there's this picture right here with Janibek hugging Alexander Usyk. You know what I'm saying? We have the Ukrainian heavyweight phenom of Alexander Usyk hugging and, embracing the Kazakhstan unified middleweight champion, Janibek Alimkhanuly. And so people have been talking. They're like, oh, man, this guy says right here, Janibek likely who Crawford will face if he wants to get undisputed at 160 if Janibek beats Errol Lara. And he said, the Cuban WBA champion, Errol Lara at 160. He said Janibek is almost the same size as Usyk. You see that? So he says, this person says Janibek is almost as big as Usyk. A lot of people are saying, man, Janibek is dangerous, man. He's big. Excuse me. We gonna pause that. Yeah, he big. Yeah, we gonna pause that. Hold on. Everybody out there saying Janibek big.
No diddy.
Yeah, no diddy. We gonna pause that. But anyway, a lot of people say that Janibek is big, right? And they're saying, man, this guy's huge, and we don't really appreciate his size, and it's gonna be tough for Terrence Crawford. Duh, bitch. Like, why is this a revelation? You didn't know Janibek is huge? He's a weight bully, right? It's just so funny where people act like this person's a weight bully, that person's a weight bully, who never had problem making weight, never had to get hospitalized, never suffered from severe dehydration, like Virgil Ortiz, like Janibek, like other people that are really weight bullies who even have to cancel the fight because they're weight bullying so much. Like the fight that had to get canceled with Andre Mikhailovich. Because why? Because Janibek was hospitalized, because he fainted. Because why? Because he was suffering from severe dehydration. Yeah, Janibek looks big because he is big. He's a fucking weight bully. I don't know why. This is why we talk boxing over here, because sometimes it just kind of annoys me when people be like, oh yeah, man, this guy's so big and this guy's a weight bully and this guy is this and this. It's like you can't win with the fans, bro. It's like you can't win. And the ones that are really out there weight bullying, people don't say nothing. Janibek, not in his last fight against Anwar Namasenge, but his fight before that against Andre Mikhailovich, it literally had to get postponed and rescheduled. Why? Because the man couldn't make weight. He suffered from severe dehydration while trying to make weight. It's literally documented. There's no speculation involved. There's no guessing involved. This is literally what happened. They talk about he looks big because he is big. He probably should be fighting at 168. He's way bigger than Cinnamon. He's probably like the same size as Osley Iglesias, who fights at 168. He could probably, you know what I'm saying? So, but I also want to say this too. Just because he's tall doesn't mean that he's big either. Don't confuse height with size either. But no, Janibek he's definitely big. There's no question about it. I mean, look at him right here with Terrence Bud Crawford. Yeah, he's definitely big. There's no question about it. But he's big because he's a freaking weight bully. It's not because, he just happened to be big. And he's a weight bully. People wonder if Fedora's a weight bully. Gabriella and Sebastian, they have no problem making weight. Y'all be worried about the wrong people. You be talking about, Devin Haney's a weight bully. He might be, but he always makes weight. You see what I'm saying? But the guys who have to have their fights canceled because they're struggling to make weight, there's no speculation about them being a weight bully. You don't need to speculate. I mean, that's just a real deal. But anyway, man, I think that speaking of Janibek too, Janibek's best win is probably Denzel Bentley, right, or Stephen Butler. Stephen Butler fights this Thursday or tomorrow. Stephen Butler fights tomorrow in Canada, you know, and yeah. people talk about how great Janibek is. And I think Janibek is great. Don't get me wrong. I think he's great. But it's just funny, like with Jerron Boots Ennis, we talk about, oh yeah, well, he hasn't fought nobody. And so we don't know if he's great, right? Well, Janibek hasn't fought anybody, and everybody says that he's the boogeyman, right? I mean, he's fighting Lara. He's unified, you know, but so was Jerron Boots Ennis, right? Jerron Boots Ennis was unified, and he had the ring belt. Janibek is unified. He doesn't have a ring belt, but no one says that he has to prove himself. But Jerron Boots Ennis has to prove himself, and he literally has done more. And you could recognize more people on his resume that he fought, his opposition. They're more recognizable than Janibek's. Like I said, Janibek's best win is probably Stephen Butler, who fights tomorrow, or Denzel Bentley. At least with Jerron Boots Ennis, you know who Royman Villa is. You know who Edmonton Stanionis is, undefeated champion at the time. You see what I'm saying? You may know who Thomas Delorme is. You feel me? You may know who David Abanesian is. I mean, you should. He fought Sugar Shea Mosley. So he has more recognizable people. I'm not saying that Jerron Boots Ennis wouldn't benefit from fighting more recognizable people, but it's just funny how we move the goalposts when we're talking about certain people. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see how it goes, man. I think that Janibek has his hands full with Lara. I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm leaning towards Janibek. I think that's smart. But especially because Lara is 42 years old, right? Lara ain't no spring chicken. Lara 42 years old.
Damn.
He might be 52. You know.
I'm sorry.
You know, shout out to our Cuban brethren and sister, but a lot of times our Cuban brothers and sisters like Luis King Kong Ortiz, we don't really know how old they are. You feel me? They be like, I'm 22. They really be 42. You see? So so let's just say my brother Errol Lara is listed at 42. He might be 48. You know what I'm talking about? But he's looking good. Has he fought since beating Danny Garcia? No, I think Danny Garcia was his last win where he stopped him. You see what I'm saying? Danny Swift Garcia, who has since bounced back. Lara, but like I said, we're talking about from a resume standpoint and personnel that they fought, shared the ring with. Lara has the best resume at 160. You see what I'm saying? But I do think Janibek being unified, having two pieces of hardware, the WBO and the IBF belt, he is the most decorated. But Lara has been in the ring with, you know, Cinnamon, Paul the Punisher Williams, you feel me, Yuri Foreman, Jared Swift Hurd, Danny Swift Garcia. You see, he been in there with two Swifts, you feel me? So there's Lara, he's been in there with some folks now. Definitely more recognizable opposition than Janibek. But I just think with Janibek's youth and his talent, man, I think that's a hard one. But I think that I don't think that it's going to be as easy as people think. And if it is, I'll be surprised, you know. I like Lara, I like Janibek. I don't really have a horse in the race. But I'm leaning towards Janibek taking that W, though. Shout out to George the Last Patriot. He says Janibek has to move up to 168. He can't wait on the stars at 154 to move and finally fight someone relevant. Exactly, but nobody cares. He doesn't have to because nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? They only care for certain fighters, George. You know that. They don't care. Shout out to George the Last Dragonborn. He says Janibek has to move up to 168. He can't wait on the stars at 154 to move up and finally fight someone relevant. I will say this. I don't know what the holdup between him and Carlos Adames is. I think most people blame Adames. Some people blame Janibek. I wish they would fight. I think that's the best fight at 160 to be had. But at least we're getting unification. So if we get unifications, I don't really complain much. Lara is a belt holder, whether he's old or not. You know what I'm saying? Whether he's a spring chicken or not, or an old geezer. He is a champion. So I love unification. So may the best man win. But I agree with you. Yeah, it'll be better if he moved up to 168 because then he could fight guys like Ozzy Iglesias. He could fight guys like Lester Martinez, Christian and Billy. We could go on and on. You feel what I'm saying? But there is nobody there at 160 besides Carlos Adames. If you're not fighting Adames, then it's not really interesting. But like I said, I'm interested in Lara, but I'm saying the casual fan, because if he beats Lara, they're just going to say Lara was old. And I don't think that's fair to Janibek either. You see what I'm saying? Because Lara is coming off of 2 stoppages, right? Danny Swift Garcia, I think his fight before that was a 2-round demolition of the Australian Michael Zarafa. If I'm not mistaken, I think that was his fight before that. So, you know, Lara has not been looking bad, but at the same token, he is 42. So it is what it is. Shout out to Boxing Wiz in the building. He said, Lara's plus 330, plus 330 for a reason. Very slim chance. Yeah, but sometimes the bookies get it wrong. Remember, Brian Norman Jr. was an underdog now. Come on now. Remember, Liam Paro against Subriel Matias was an underdog. Brian Norman was an underdog against Giovanni Santillan. Armando Resendez was an underdog against Caleb Plant. We got to stop going by the numbers, baby. You got to fight in the ring now. You don't fight on paper. That's why I say, like, there's a lot of fights that look good on paper. They go in the ring, it's a whole different thing. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I say no matter how a fight ends up, we should still appreciate it, because I think Brian Norman and Devin Haney is going to be one-sided. but on paper it's 50-50. You see, because you could see clear advantages and disadvantages for the two. So even if it looks like Brian Norman gets Devin Haney out of there early, or Devin Haney watches Brian Norman, or Devin Haney gets Brian Norman out of there early, or Brian Norman watches Devin Haney, on paper it's a great fight. So we shouldn't forget that. Sometimes it doesn't play out how we think. So yeah, the bookies, you're right. The bookies are right the majority of the time, but sometimes them bookies wrong. You feel me? Boxer Wiz says Janibek wins for sure. Teal Kit says Janibek's gonna cook Lara. I feel bad for my boy. He been on a good little run late. It's gonna end with Janibek. Hey, maybe so, Teal Kit. Maybe so. We got my sis, big member in the building. Shout out to 2 Cents in the building. One time for the ladies. Y'all go check out 2 Cents. Great boxing knowledge, you know what I'm saying? Great boxing talk over there too, man. Check out 2 Cents. Shout out to my brother Ulster in the building. Big member in the building. Yep. Shout out to them. Everybody just walked in. Welcome. I appreciate you. But yeah, so yeah, I think Janibek versus Erislandy Lara. Hopefully neither one of them get injured or sustain any injuries. I think it's gonna be, I mean, it's a great card, right? The headline. Who is the headline on that fight? It's Lamont Roach and Isaac Cruz, right? Yeah. So Isaac Cruz defended his WBC interim belt against Lamont Roach, who's a WBA 130-pound champion. We have Janibek Alimkhanuly defending his WBO, not defending, but he's unifying his WBO and IBF titles with Erislandy Lara, who's a WBA middleweight champion. Then we have O'Shaquie Foster defending his 130-pound WBC belt against Stephen Fulton, who has a 126 featherweight WBC belt. And then there's another fight on the card. We have Frank the Ghost Martin returning since his loss to Gervonta Tank Davis. He's fighting Rances Barthélemy. And then I feel like I'm missing one. I think it's Jesus Ramos and Shane Mosley Jr. on that card as well. Bro, the card fire, bro. That card is a good fight. Bro, for it to be a standalone promotion, bro, that's a great card, man. It's fire. Fire. And the thing, I mean, when's the last, and that's a PBC card too. Let me say that too. You know, it's a PBC card. Look at the last card we had. That was like a Queensberry card. It's still affiliated with Big Turkey Al Sheikh. The only good fight on there was the main event, and it was pay-per-view. Joseph Parker, Fabio Worthy. The audacity of them hoes. I can't believe they put that at pay-per-view. Frank Warren need to get pulled up on for that. That was crazy. You see what I'm saying? But this is a great card from top to bottom. It rivals the November 22nd card headline put on again by Riyadh, but once again that's a collaboration of different promotions, right? Because on that card you have David Benavidez, who's with PBC, you have Anthony Yard, who's with Boxer, right? And then you have Devin Haney, who's independent, with Brian Norman, who's Top Rank. You have Bam Rodriguez, who's Bam Rodriguez with Matchroom, against Puma Martinez, who I'm not sure who we signed with. You see what I'm saying? You got Abdullah Mason with Top Rank, and Sam Noakes. Is Sam Noakes with Queensberry, or I'm not sure where he, but you know, I think he's with Queensberry, but don't quote me. But anyway, it's like a conglomerate. You know what I'm saying? The fight card that I just announced with the Lamont Roach and Janibek and all that is a PBC card. I know Janibek is a Top Rank fighter, but PBC Top Rank is not part of that promotion. You see what I'm saying? That's a whole PBC promotion. So for a solo promotional effort, bro, that PBC card's cooking. Compare that to any solo endeavors from Queensberry or Matchroom or Boxer lately. They're blowing them out the water. So we do want to give credit where credit is due. So shout out to them. But yeah, man, so I'm looking forward to that fight, man. Moving on too, we also have a fight this Saturday. I know a lot of us are looking forward to who's fighting this Saturday. Chris Eubank and them. Chris Eubank and Conor Ben having their rematch, but also who I consider the best featherweight in the business. You know what I'm saying? El Divino, Rafael Espinosa, he will be fighting on Saturday as well. And it always cracks me up, bro. It always cracks me up because, you know, Top Rank always drops like instructions on how to access the fight because, you know, they're in limbo right now. They don't really, I don't know if they're in the business of acquiring one, like, you know, of a platform, but they don't really have an exclusivity deal with a particular broadcasting platform. You see what I'm saying? So they're kind of in limbo right now. I don't know if they're in the process of ascertaining a specific deal or whatever, but right now you can find them on Facebook Live, you can find them on Roku, you can find them on Tubi, you can find them on Freebie. And I'm not talking trash. I think it's great because it's free boxing. Ideally all the fights will be free, but I just always find it funny, like whenever they drop a fight, they did it for Michaela Mayer and Mary Spencer. Like they have a list of like instructions on how to access the fight. I just think it's hilarious. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. For those of you that are on Spotify you won't be able to see it. And those of you listening other ways, you won't be able to see it. But yeah, man, I just always think it's funny, man. It just makes me chuckle a little bit. I love it. Don't get it twisted, but it's just funny that when you put on a fight, you got to give an instruction manual on how to access the fight. I just think that's funny. Bro, I ain't gonna lie, that's funny, bro. Here you go right here. Here you go right here, man. I just think that joke's hilarious, bro. He says, your guide on how, Top Rate Boxing, your guide on how to watch this Saturday. They did the same thing for Mary Spencer and Michaela Mayer, right? Where Michaela Mayer beat Mary Spencer, became a 3-belt champion at 154, having the WBA, WBO, and WBC. O'Shea Jones has the IBF. Shout out to her. Shout out to Michaela Mayer, man. She's doing her thing. But anyway, this is how to watch Rafael Espinosa versus Arnold Kagai, who's ranked number 9. I don't really, no disrespect to Kagai, I don't know. I feel like Espinosa's kind of, and his team are kind of letting us down. I feel like he should be fighting somebody a little bit more notable than that, with a bigger profile, reputation, or something like that, and a better streak or something. But anyway, it's going to be a good fight while it lasts. It says how to watch Espinosa versus Kagai on Saturday, November 15th at 8 p.m. Top rate classics on Roku, Vizio, and Tubi. It says Roku, number 1, download the Roku app. Number 2, find Top Rate Classics channel. Then you run the fight. If you have Vizio, don't worry, we can accommodate that too. Number 1, turn on your Vizio Smart TV. Number 2, launch Watch Free Plus. Number 3, find Top Rate Classics under Sports, and that's how you access it on Vizio. Tubi? Don't worry, we got you. You thought I was bull jiving when I said Tubi, huh? I know you thought Doc was. Hey, bro, I don't mince words, bro. I do not be capping. On Tubi, number 1, download open or download the Tubi app. Number 2, go to the sports section. Number 3, search Top Ranked Classics, and voila, you are at the fight. That shit's so funny to me, bro. They give you instructions on how to access the fight. Gosh dang, Top Rank. Gosh dang, boy, it's looking bad, man. The economy bad, boy. The economy bad, boy. The economy bad, boy. You feel me? Oh, the economy bad, boy. 2 Cents said not one video about how Top Rank going out of business yet. The PBC about to shut down before every fight. You feel me? You feel me? 2 Cents. Everybody saving PBC. There could be every time you have a Riyadh season card, it's a Matchroom fighter on there. Plethora of Golden Boy fighters on there. There's about a handful of Queensberry fighters on there. None of them are going out of business. But the moment you see a PBC fighter on there, oh, they have to give out their champions to go let them fight over there because they're dying. That's why they let Carlos Adames fight over there. That's why they let Islam People Cruz fight over there. Huh? When's the last time you seen Job Ataya and who's a Matchroom fighter who wasn't on an affiliated Riyadh card? I think his fight against Claudio Squayo, I don't know if that was Riyadh affiliated, but the majority of the fights, where the fighters come from, they come from Matchroom and Golden Shower Promotions and Queensberry. These are facts. There's no problem. They say it's good business, but then when PBC and Al Heyman does it, then it's because they're saving them. You know what's funny about that too? I just watched Amazon. I was watching Amazon the other day, and you know what I saw in there? A DAZN fight. Ain't that a bitch? So PBC went to Amazon because they're dying, right? But DAZN is collaborating with Amazon, and I just saw some fighters from Golden Boy via my Amazon Prime subscription. Damn. I'm just saying. I mean, can we keep it consistent or not? If one is dying, then it looks like everybody else is joining them at the graveyard, ain't it? I'm confused. Somebody talk to me. Make it make sense for me. I need some enlightenment. Please. Oster said Janibek better sit his ass down. These boxers better stop writing checks they ass can't cash. You got an alligator mouth and a hummingbird ass. Your mouth write checks that your ass can't cash. Now, I mean, I like, speaking on that, though, I like Janibek and Terrence Crawford. If Janibek beats Lara, which is not, you know, it's like I said, bro, like, a lot of people like to assume these things. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, a lot of these fights are good. And then, when I say good, I'm talking about, like, competitive, you know, and then they're always going to have a favorite. But boxing has an upset of the year category for a reason, and they always have more than one nominee, right? So we got to stop acting like upsets don't happen. So Janibek versus Lara is a good fight. Janibek is and should be the favorite, but you a damn fool if Janibek beats Lara and you have him as a favorite against Bud. No, Bud should be the favorite, because once again, Lara would be the first name that Janibek would have fought. And it would be a 42-year-old Lara that Janibek has fought. You feel me? Terrence Crawford just beat Cinnamon in the face of boxing, a.k.a. Saul Canelo Alvarez. I call him Cinnamon, you know what I'm saying? That's my guy's my favorite fighter, by the way. I actually picked Cinnamon. I was wrong. Shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford. I like Terrence Bud Crawford a lot. I just like Cinnamon a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? But Terrence Crawford beat him. You see what I'm saying? That's a big name. That'd clearly be the best person that Janibek ever shared the ring with. But how about before that? Terrence Crawford beat a guy named Israel Madrimov, who's a WBA champion. Everybody was so big on him, right? That would be another fighter that would be the best Janibek ever shared the ring with. Before that, he fought the unified future Hall of Famer, Errol Spence. That'd be another fighter that'd be the best Janibek ever shared the ring with. And I'm not going to go in order, but he also fought a guy named Sean Porter, who's a potential Hall of Famer as well. He also fought another guy in Amir Khan. He also fought another guy that's notable and known. Maybe you don't know him, but he was an undefeated champion at the time, Victor Postal. He also beat another guy who was undefeated contender at the time. They called Little Mike Tyson, Yuriokas Gamboa. He also beat another guy named Jeff Horn, coming off of a win, upset or not, real or not, controversial or not. He was coming fresh off of a win against the legendary Manny Pacquiao. So all these guys that I just named, if Janibek fought a guy that was a similar caliber, then that would be the best, most recognizable name that Janibek has fought. So you good gosh dang right that if Terrence Crawford happened to fight Janibek, that Terrence Crawford should be the overwhelming favorite. I don't even know why anybody would contest that. So shout out to Oster. You're absolutely right. Terrence Crawford should by far be the favorite against Janibek, you know. But I still think, with that being said, a favorite, you don't fight on paper, you start to fight in the ring. And Janibek definitely poses a threat. He's a big guy. Like I said, you can argue he's a weight bully. Sorry, let me rephrase that. You can prove he's a weight bully. Only people that will argue that is people who are lost and don't like the truth. Doc, you believe Oscar and Virgil, after all that wolfing, all that barking, they ain't about none of that stuff they talking 2 cents. But we do have an update before I go to the main meat and potatoes. We do have an update. Speaking of that, you know, I do have an update with all that wolfing that Oscar De La Hoya and Oscar De La Panti, that's my guy, man. Shout out to the legendary Oscar De La Hoya. I just like to say that stuff, man. I'm just joking, man. Oscar is dope, man. Every time I just like to say Oscar De La Panti and Golden Shower Promotions.
You dumbass.
But nah, but respect to Oscar De La Hoya and respect to Golden Boy. But they have been doing a lot of posturing, a lot of capping, a lot of wolfing, a lot of pump faking. And the good news is that, which I'm sure that you heard 2 cents, is that DAZN is putting the pressure, according to reputable former ESPN boxing contributor Dan Rafael. He's still reputable, though. I had the pleasure of meeting him. This is way before he blocked me. He don't like me now, and I didn't even say nothing rude to him, you know what I'm saying? I'm respectful, so I don't even know why he blocked me, but it is what it is. Some people don't like to be challenged, you know, when they say some nonsense, but anyway, he's still a reputable reporter on the sport, right? And he said that DAZN is not going. DAZN wants Virgil versus Jaron Boots Ennis, and that is music to my ears, because we could tell that Oscar De La Hoya, we could tell that Virgil Ortiz Sr., we could tell that Eric Gomez, who's another high-ranking, has a high-ranking position in Golden Boy. We could tell that what's his name? What's Virgil Ortiz's promoter? Rick something. Rick Mariano? I can't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about. Rick something. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Virgil Ortiz's manager, Rick something. But anyway, they're talking about Errol Spence. They're talking about Jermell Charlo. They're talking about moving up to 160. They're talking about Terrence Crawford. They're talking about everybody but Boots. But I would respect Virgil Ortiz for inviting Boots in the ring. I thought that was dope to have the face off. But it does seem like it might be fruitless, because if you're not seriously going to fight Boots, which I don't see why you wouldn't, and then it's kind of like you wasted time and effort, man. I just think it's a whole bunch of pump faking, a whole lot of posture, and I think it's nonsense. So shout out to DAZN for trying to make it actually happen. It's not Rick Rosenthal. No. It's Rick. It's Rick. I'll tell you right now. It's not Rosenthal. I'm gonna tell you who it is. Let me find it real quick. Rick something. Meridian. I knew there's something with an M. What I say, Marigamo? It's Rick Meridian. Is Virgil Ortiz's. Yo, shout out to my guy, One Round with George, man. George Jakovic right there on the wall, right above Abbas Barao, man. Shout out to them. That means that they have been featured on the show as an official guest for an interview, man. One Round with George. Check him out. He's in the building right now. So, yeah, I love the fact that DAZN is putting pressure on Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis to happen. But like I said, I told y'all this before, and I stand on it. I did not expect Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis to fight next. I thought it was kind of we have to live in a utopia society, some type of idealistic world, and the world is far from ideal for that fight to happen next. And I'm okay with the fight not happening next. But for me and my liking and my boxing fandom, to me, it's only acceptable if they're not going to fight each other next, because they are going to pursue a title to make the fight even more interesting in the future. But as you know, Errol Spence, who has been on a 2-year sabbatical, we haven't seen him almost 3 years now, right? Almost a 3-year hiatus. The last time we saw him, he was getting beat from pillar to post by the #1 pound for pound king, Terrence Bud Crawford. You see what I'm saying? So, and you know, Errol Spence is one of my favorite fighters. But but you fighting Errol Spence, it doesn't accomplish a belt. It doesn't accomplish making the Jerome Boots in this any more interesting. So I don't like it. To me, I don't care what the reasoning is. I understand it's a money fight, but you know, then we'll talk trash about fighters going for money. So that you shouldn't like Virgil Ortiz fighting Errol Spence, especially without Errol Spence getting a tune-up. But you all know, if you pay attention to boxing like we do over here, if you're a true pugilist enthusiast, then you know that Errol Spence Jr. is the inventor. He's the king. He's the freaking prototype of gosh dang Mr. No Tune-Up, not being a tune-up. You know, he doesn't want any tune-ups. And I've always said this. I like it. You know, shout out to him for fighting guys like Sean Porter, fighting so many, you know what I'm saying, Ugas. He never takes a tune-up. Terrence Bud Crawford, so many people that he fought. Mikey Garcia, he doesn't take tune-ups. That's good for us and our enjoyment as a consumer, but it's not going to bode well for the longevity of his career. You see what I'm saying? And so I think it would behoove him to take a tune-up, and I think that's part of something his team would have to do, because you know, as a boxing team, as a trainer, as a doctor, anybody in an official capacity working in boxing as an official, whether it's referee or whatever it is, you should be. Sometimes you have to protect your fighter from themselves, right? You can see what Errol Spence was getting beat down by Terrence Crawford, but he was still mad at the referee from apparently saving his life. You know what I'm saying? So some people just have that in them. They don't want, they want to go out on their shield, and sometimes you have to save the fighter from that. You know, Buddy McGirt is known for doing that as a trainer too. Remember him and Paulie Malignaggi? I believe after Paulie Malignaggi got mad at him for throwing in the towel against the late great Ricky Hitman Hatton, I believe that's what Paulie Malignaggi and them split, and Buddy split ways after that. But yeah, but you know, Buddy McGirt also he was a trainer of Maxim Durdashev, right, who passed away after fighting Subra Matias. So you do have a big responsibility to protect the fighters from themselves. So I think it would be beneficial for Errol Spence, if he does come back, to get a tune-up, man. I think whether he's Mr. No Tune-Up or not, you know, I think he should get a tune-up if he's going to fight anybody, but especially if he's going to fight somebody like a Virgil Ortiz, like a Jerome Boutinez, or even a Jermell Charlo. Even Jermell Charlo should get a tune-up, and he lost. He mostly got embarrassed, like his pride was snatched, his spirit was taken by Cinnamon, but he didn't get beat from pillar to post. He didn't get beat down. He just got embarrassed, you know, so which you could argue is worse, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure. Yeah, you can argue is worse depending on how you look, you know what I'm saying? Depending on your outlook. Because Errol Spence got beat up, but he didn't look like he was scared. Jermell Charlo, you can argue, looked like he was scared. You see what I'm saying? So it depends on how you look at it. But anyway, my point is that Errol Spence, I think if he's gonna fight anybody like of any consequence, he should get a tune-up, man. I think that his team should force him. But speaking of Errol Spence, man, I want to go to the next topic, and that is the meat and potatoes, and that's Roy Jones Jr., man. Shout out to Roy Jones Jr., man. Y'all must have forgot. He is like the prototype. If you're going to make a boxer in a video game, you're probably going to make Roy Jones in his prime. You see what I'm saying? He is that guy, right? Now, granted, his time at the top was limited, right? He didn't have longevity, if you will. And I think that's why he falls low on people's lists of all-time greats, because he didn't have the longevity of a Manny Pacquiao, of a Floyd Mayweather, of even a Muhammad Ali, guys that lasted a long time. But that time when he was at the top, you could argue that was the best example of a boxer that you would see. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, if you dream of a boxer, you probably dream of something like that would execute a game plan, be athletic and smart in the ring and talented like Roy Jones. But I will say this though, a lot of people are worried that he could be training Errol Spence because his track record as a trainer isn't that good. And I just want to caution people with this, man. I agree, but you got to listen as well. When Roy Jones announced to all of us in the world, when he was talking on all the smoke fight, right, with Andre Ward, he said, I'm going to do some work with Errol Spence. He said, we're going to do some training. I'm not saying I'm his trainer. He said that explicitly, but we want to see if I could give him some tips and what he could work with, and we'll see if we progress further than just a few training sessions. So it's just a stint. You know how many times fighters will go and work with other trainers for a little bit just to see what they could pick up and stuff like that. Nothing that is solidified, nothing that is concrete, nothing that is definitive. So I think people need to slow down in that regard. But number two, also stop calling Roy Jones a bad trainer, man. Like, I'm not defending him. I'm not saying he's a good trainer. I definitely wouldn't put him up there with Bo Mack and Freddie Roach and Robert Garcia and Bozy and any other great trader. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that he's akin to that. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you just need one, man. And maybe Roy Jones ain't find his one. You see what I'm saying? We just saw him on a card, and who was he? I don't remember who he was training, but that's the point. He's training guys that we don't. A lot of times it's our first time seeing them. A lot of times we only know the guy because Roy Jones is in his corner. So there was a lot of years that people were looking at Bomac as a great trainer. You see what I'm saying? Until that guy does it. So, you know, and there's a lot of great trainers that are only known for their training with one guy. Look at Eddie Reynoso. Eddie Reynoso has a stable too, but he has a lot of stable of guys that are dirty. You know what I'm talking about? But Eddie Reynoso is mostly known for cinnamon, right? That doesn't mean he's a bad trainer. That doesn't mean that he was a bad trainer before he got to Canelo or teamed up with Canelo. It doesn't mean that he's a bad trainer afterwards, but that's a lot of trainers are only known for one guy, right? Look at Calvin Ford. I think he's a great trainer, but outside of Gervonta Tank Davis, who else do we know? So, I mean, even Abel Sanchez, you could argue, right? He's mostly known for triple G's. Does that mean he's a bad trainer because he only had one guy? So I'm just saying that there's a lot of guys. I'm not saying that Roy Jones is a good trainer. I'm saying that let's just be patient a little bit, man. He deserves it. He's a legend in the game, and maybe he just hasn't found that one guy to where the chemistry is like this. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes, you know, they are grown men and egos clash and stuff like that. Sometimes your fighter may not execute what you do. I mean, a fighter may not execute the game plan how you see it in your head. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, it's because Roy Jones is great. And a lot of times great players aren't great trainers. So, like, we see that a lot, right? You know, they say that some people are so good, they expect other people to be as good as them, and they don't understand when people are, they can't accomplish that because they're so good, right? So they say that Kobe Bryant, rest in peace, wouldn't have been a good trainer. They say Tom Brady may not have been a good coach, or Michael Jordan, stuff like that. I'm not saying Roy Jones doesn't fit under that because he is great like them. But what I'm saying is that sometimes you have Andre Ward and Virgil Hunter. Virgil Hunter hasn't been looking spectacular with Joshua Buatsi, has he? No, but would you say he's a bad trainer? No, you wouldn't say Virgil Hunter's a bad trainer. So sometimes it just takes one, right? I think who did Virgil Hunter just train again too? He was just training, I just saw him again. He just trained somebody. I don't remember. After Joshua Buatsi, I saw him again. I can't remember. But anyway, another example, look at Don Charles. Don Charles did great things with Daniel Dubois. He just trained Jordan Thompson. Jordan Thompson just lost to Lanier Perro, right? Who was trained by Bob Santos. Bob Santos is another great trainer. I rock with Bob Santos. But like I'm saying, so you may only know Bob Santos with Mario Barrios. You may only know Don Charles with Daniel Dubois. But sometimes all you need is one, and that changes. So right now, I just think Roy Jones ain't got that one yet. You feel me? He ain't got that one. We need to find it. You feel me? We need to find it. You feel me? And I don't know if you want to start at Errol Spence, but you know, I think we need to chill out sometimes. Shout out to George, the last Dragonborn. He says to Errol Spence is retired. I think he should retire too. Now everybody announces that they're leaving. Look at Prince Nassim, who kept it up in the air for around 5 years before he finally made it official that he was done. Facts. Shout out to George. Shout out to my brother B-Dog in the building, a high-level tune-up, top 10 guy. Man, I wouldn't even mind what kind of tune-up, man. Just get a tune-up, man. Like, no disrespect. Shout out to Thomas Cornflake Lamana, but pull a Jamal Charlo. Fight a Cornflake Lamana. You know, fight a Resendez like Caleb Plant tried to do, but he got upset. So if you're saying like a guy like that, yeah, I mean, look at Rafael Espinosa. He's fighting Arnold Kagai. Espinosa's active champion, and he's fighting Arnold Kagai, who's ranked number 9. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, it could be like that, but I don't even think it has to be necessarily be somebody ranked, just to see. Shout out to my brother Unity in the building, big member in the building. 2 Cents say, y'all must have forgot Roy is a terrible trainer. That's what I'm talking about right there, 2 Cents. Guys, here go 2 Cents with the nonsense. Here go 2 Cents with the nonsense. You see what I did there? 2 Cents with the nonsense. That's crazy. She said, you forgot Roy's a terrible trainer. Don't do Roy like that. Shout out to Shawa. We got Queen Shawala Ya in the building. Big member in the building. One time for the ladies. She said 2 Cents say he is a terrible trainer. Doc, gotta be honest. I'm just saying give him a chance. That's all I'm saying. I'm not sitting here trying to lie to y'all and say Roy Jones is a good trainer. I'm saying be patient. You know, a lot of people only have one. You feel what I'm saying? Shingo Inoue, right? Shingo Inoue, who's Naya Inoue's daddy. Does he train Koki Inoue? I'm not sure. Koki Inoue is Naoya Inoue's cousin, right? I'm not sure if he trains Koki, but we know he trains Takuma. Takuma just got bing bang boomed by Seiya Sutsumi, right? No one says Shingo Inoue is a bad trainer, you know, but he does have that one guy in Naoya Inoue. So I'm saying all it takes is one sometimes. Papachenko, I don't really know, you feel me? He might have this guy there, that guy there, but sometimes all it takes is one. So I'm just saying Roy Jones ain't find that one yet. That's right now he got a lot of ones that ain't too good for his name as a trainer right now. But I'm not gonna say that he's a bad trainer yet. I'm just saying he's still in development. You know, that's all I'm gonna say. Shout out to Green Villain Mike in the building. What's good, my brother? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. Unity says, Doc, we know those that are great usually are terrible coaches. Those that can't coach, those can't usually coach. Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, so that's why I brought up the Kobe Bryant example, the Michael Jordan example. Sometimes they are, but I mean, look at who just passed away, right? Rest in peace to the late great Lenny Wilkins, right? He was a great player and a great coach. You feel me? He's one of the few people, if I'm not mistaken, to be in the Hall of Fame 3 times as a basketball player, as a coach, and I think college as well. Don't quote me, but so what I'm saying is you're absolutely right. A lot of times it doesn't work, but it can. So I don't want to say that Roy Jones, because he doesn't have anybody we could point to and say, oh, that guy's great, that doesn't mean he's a bad trainer. Okay, put it like this. What if he's what's the word I'm looking for? What if he's I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. But what if he's actually doing good? You know what I'm saying? What if he's there you go. I couldn't think of exceeding expectations. What if he's actually exceeding the expectations of what the guys that he's actually training could really do? You know what I'm saying? That's my point. It's not like we could point to somebody that Roy Jones, at least I can't, maybe you can. I can't point to somebody that Roy Jones trained and they got worse. Like there's some people that they train and you can see they got worse. Speaking of that, you see how your boy got a perfect segue? Hey, speaking of that, chat, you remember when Virgil Ortiz was fighting this guy named Erickson the Hammer Lubin? You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Haitian American Erickson the Hammer Lubin, my guy. You feel me? And I said that Erickson the Hammer Lubin, I picked Virgil Ortiz. I said it was going to be a good fight, but I picked Virgil Ortiz. You remember that? And then I said, because there's some things that I see that are leading me to believe that Virgil Ortiz is going to beat Erickson Lubin. A combination of him not looking right to me, him, the way he was talking, I don't know, it just didn't really scream confidence, although he was saying confident things out of his mouth. But I will say this. One of the reasons why I was more confident in picking against Erickson Lubin was because of who? What did I say, chat? Y'all were there. Y'all remember what I said. Don't try to act shy now. Y'all remember what I said. I said, look who his trainer is, right? I said that, right? I said, remember his trainer, right? I said, his trainer's K Koroma? Oh yeah, I got Virgil Ortiz. I got Virgil Ortiz, and I said at 8. I still gave him more credit than they deserve. You know, I still overreached. I said at 8 rounds, I got Virgil Ortiz, right? And a big reason for that was because of K Koroma, and he doesn't have a good track record, right? For me, this is an example of somebody potentially looking worse. Roy Jones don't have that. So you can say Chris Eubank look worse. How good is Chris Eubank really? Come on now, come on now, how good is Chris Eubank? We know Erickson Lubin is pretty good. He ain't supposed to get ran through like shit through draws like Virgil Ortiz did. I know we seen it happen to him before one time against Jermell Charlo, but he wasn't supposed to get done like that again in 2 rounds. And look, I'm not the only person that thinks this. Look what Troy Isley has said. Check this out. This is compliments to my brother Ty. He said this to me. He said, Doc, you don't be lying. Check it out. Damn, K, I told you Lubin need to get a new trainer.
You know what I'm saying? That ain't no disrespect to Lubin as a fighter. Lubin's still a great fighter. You know what I'm saying? I pray, he get his health back. That he in great spirits. You know what I'm saying? That he recover. You know what I'm saying? And he able to fight again. You know what I'm saying? And he able to become a champion. But that nigga coach is ass. Sorry. That's the worst I ever seen him look. Nigga, you know what I'm saying? And he able to become
hey, Chad, he said his coach is ass. Hey, you see, I'm a little bit more diplomatic with my delivery. You feel me? So you see, I said the same thing, but it was your delivery. Sometimes it's not about what you say, it's how you say it. You see what I'm saying? I'm a little bit more tactful with my words. You see, like you can express, I could ask somebody one question one way, and you could ask it another way and be rude, and the other person could be polite and they won't get offended. You could tell somebody their breath stank without being disrespectful or rude. You could say that you worried about his trainer, and that might be the reason why you're going with Virgil Ortiz without calling him ass. But Troy Isley, he took the blunt route, and he said this.
You know, they in great spirits. You know what I'm saying? That he recovered. You know what I'm saying? And he able to fight again. You know what I'm saying? And he able to become a champion. But that nigga coach is ass. Sorry. That's the worst I ever seen him look. Nigga K don't know what the fuck he doing. He suck. Get the fuck away from that nigga and get y'all ass hurt.
Say he suck.
Nigga, sorry. That's the worst I ever seen him look. Nigga K don't know what the fuck he doing. He suck. Get the fuck away from that nigga and get y'all ass hurt.
Hey, no, bro. He ain't had to do that, bro. He ain't have to do that, bro. That's messed up, nah. You know, I mean, but Michaela Mayer told you too. Remember when Michaela Mayer was fighting Sandy Ryan? She said when she fought Sandy Ryan, she said, why would I be worried about Sandy? What she gonna do to me? I know y'all not working on nothing. Who you gonna learn from? T-shirt boy Flick and K? That junk had me cry, bro. She said, who you gonna learn from? You gonna learn from T-shirt boy Flick? I said, nah, bro. Michaela Mayer wrong for that, man. So she wasn't even worried about it. And yeah, man, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy, bro. Shout out to B-Dog. Yeah, he cooked him real quick, man. That was messed up, man. He had to do him like that. But he's not the only one. So I just played Troy Isley, but he's definitely not the only one to express such sentiments. Obviously, you know, I did. Yeah, it's just don't do Roy Jones like that is what I'm saying. You see the difference, Two said. So even if Chris Eubanks not looking better, he ain't getting ran through in 2 rounds. You see? So that's what I'm saying. So Roy Jones, in my personal opinion, now everybody, you know, you have the right to your opinion. And I'm going to open up the phone lines so people could call in. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. But for me, I think Roy Jones, we see him with a lot of guys that we don't really know of too much. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be different if he gets like with Derrick James, right? Whether you think he did good or bad with AJ, it's up to you. But like AJ left because he didn't feel like he was getting everything he needed. You could argue that somebody got worse, and that's AJ, who's a champion. Tell me a bona fide guy that Roy Jones had, and we were like, oh yeah, man, that guy could do much better without Roy. I just don't feel like, I'll be kind of, I don't know. I feel like that's a dramatization to say that. So I would say give Roy Jones a little chance, but I do agree with you that I don't think that Roy Jones would be the right. This would not be a good look if he trains Errol Spence, in my personal opinion. If it turns into a permanent situation, which is just they're just going to get some work in. That's what they said. So everybody going crazy saying that Errol Spence and Roy Jones, that's his trainer. That's not what he confirmed. He said they're just going to get some work in. But if it does turn into a permanent thing or a long-term thing, then I don't think it's good, because not just necessarily because Roy Jones is bad or it's more so that Errol Spence is not really in good shape. I don't think, and from what I'm hearing, and sparring sessions and stuff, Errol Spence is not in really good shape. That's what I'm hearing. I could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. She said Roy's ass. I always been a little skeptical of Corona. Come on now, B-Dog. Come on now, B-Dog. Shawa says, I didn't take Michaela serious because they had a fallout, but hindsight is 20. Hindsight is 20/20. I didn't take it serious either at the time. hey, Shawa, I'm with you. At the time, I didn't take it seriously. But then, I'm not gonna lie. You know when I started really, I've been heard about K. Coroma, and I don't want to, you know me, I don't really get into people's dirt, but those of you that pay attention to boxing, you know, there was a young lady that had some pretty serious allegations towards K. Coroma. I'm going to leave it at that. You can do your own research. I'm not here to knock anybody that hasn't been in that regard. But I'm saying, so that's what I heard about him even before that, you know, as far as a trainer goes, right? I was minimally familiar with him. But then the whole Sandy Ryan and Michaela Mayer, like, I never really questioned like trainers like that. I look and I take note of who's in whose corner just because I pay attention and stuff like that. And I notice some of the stuff, and then if a fighter's doing something good, I'll compliment the trainer and stuff like that, you know. But then the second fight of Sandy Ryan's when I started being a little bit more critical, because I'm like, okay, you trained Michaela Mayer, and Sandy Ryan's not bad. So if Sandy Ryan's not bad, and you train Michaela Mayer, it's like essentially Sandy Ryan had a mole in Michaela Mayer's camp, right? Not saying that Kay was there, but I'm saying that he was there. He not saying that he was there when they were preparing, but he should know Michaela Mayer in and out. You know what I'm saying? Pause. So he should know her intimately enough from their relationship and working together. He should know what she's not good at, what she's good at, her tendencies, stuff like that. And if you have somebody like Sandy Ryan, who I think is pretty good, and you still couldn't capitalize on it not once but twice, then I think that it might be either Michaela Mayer is just exceptional, which I think she is a great fighter. It could be a combination of both. It could be that she's exceptional, and it could be also that you just not that good. Hey, you feel me? So, I don't know, man. But yeah, it is what it is, man. And sometimes God don't like ugly too, because if you listen to the story, it sounds like not only we focus on Sandy Ryan because she's the fighter, and Michaela Mayer, they're the fighters. But if somebody gets invited to your camp, the way Michaela Mayer kicked it, and then she leaves with your trainer. And I said this during the time of the fight too. I said that, yeah, we're focusing on Sandy Ryan because she's a fighter, and people like to be messy and focus on the women and stuff like that. People like mess from women and stuff. That's why reality TV shows or Bad Girls Club and all that stuff goes crazy. But it says something about his character too. For him, like, that's like me working with Shawa, and then 2 Cents comes and wants to be the trainer, and she's supposed to be visit, and then I say, all right, I'm done with you, Shawa, and I go train 2 Cents. Or Al Booga, I'm training Al Booga, and then B-Dog comes along and for a couple days, and I just leave B-Dog. I mean, I leave Al Booga and go train B-Dog. That's a reflection of my loyalty or lack of loyalty as well. And sometimes God don't like ugly, so it could be that too. So, hey, yo, nah, man, y'all crazy, man. So, Al Booga said, shout out to Michaela, getting belts and kicking it. Hey, man, shout out to Michaela Mayer, for real. Shout out to Michaela Mayer, man. Shout out to Michaela. Teal Kiss says, Doc, stop talking so fast or stop listening so slow. You know what I'm talking about? Stop listening so slow, cousin. Roy trained, shout out to B-Dog. He said, Roy trained that one guy to a draw with Tony Harrison. Low-key beat him. Come on now, B-Dog. Brian Pirelli. Come on now, Pirella. Come on now, B-Dog. Al Booger said, shout out to Michaela getting belts and kicking ass. Yeah, she kicking ass. She kicking ass, but y'all gonna get her ass kicked. A lot of people talk about they want to see Michaela Mayer versus Clarissa Shields, man. Y'all go get Michaela Mayer smoked. I'm telling you, bro. And I like Michaela Mayer. She's on the intro. Shout out to her. Shout out to Clarissa Shields. And y'all gonna get her smoked, man. I'm telling you, like, she's a good fighter, but she's just not big enough. It is what it is. She's not. And I will say this too, I would actually lean towards So Michaela Mayer is in a very dope, advantageous position, right? Because she is, to my knowledge, she's still the WBO champion at 147, if I'm not mistaken. So she could go back down and fight Lauren Price, who has a WBA, WBC, and IBF for undisputed, or she could stay where she's at, where she has a WBA, WBO, and WBC, and O'Shea Jones has a 154 IBF title. So she is actually in a dope position to where she could go down or go back down, where I think this is where she's probably most comfortable at, because Mary Spencer looked way bigger than her in their fight, in my personal opinion. But, she got the one. She got the win. She beat her up. I think that she could go back down, obviously, and get undisputed with Lauren Price. She could stay where she's at 154 and fight O'Shea Jones for undisputed, or she could fight Clarissa Shields for a bag, right? Because a lot of people are saying they want that fight. And so she's in a great position right now, man. Shout out to Michaela Mayer, man. Hey, if you could be anybody right now, if you could be in a position like that, if you could be in anybody's position as a boxer, I think it's Michaela Mayer, man. She's in a great position. However, I will say this. I think that O'Shea Jones didn't look too good in her last fight. I think that that's a good fight. I don't know who I would favor, man. I'll be honest. I don't know who I would favor. I might favor Michaela Mayer over O'Shea Jones. Lauren Price, I'm not sure who I favor in that one either. I like Michaela Mayer though, so I might be show her a little bit more. I'm never really biased with my picks, so I'll say that I might have a little preferential treatment. I might go more with my heart on who I'm rooting for. I feel like Lauren Price and Michaela Mayer is such a 50-50 fight, man. But I would lean towards Michaela Mayer. Michaela Mayer, O'Shea Jones. I think Michaela Mayer's activity would kind of get to O'Shea Jones and potentially frustrate her, and kind of, because sometimes I know she's going through a trainer switch too and stuff like that. So I don't know. That's a tough fight, man. That's a tough fight. I think I would lean towards Michaela Mayer in both, actually. But that's a tough fight. So I don't know. But yeah, O'Shea Jones, she didn't really look too good in her last fight. She had a split decision, and then her fight before that, I can't remember who she fought before that. Was it Femke Hermans? Yeah, I think Femke Hermans, who coincidentally, I think Femke, who did Femke beat? Did she beat Mary Spencer? I have to go back and look, but let me see. I think, but yeah, Femke Hermanz, she's a tough fighter, but you know, O'Shea Jones, I think she had a split decision. I think, let me look it up. I think her last 2 fights were split decision wins, so she hasn't been looking too strong in her last couple of outings. Let me see and make sure I'm not tripping. Yeah, her last fight was against Elia Carranza. Yep, watch that fight, split decision. Yeah, so I was right about that. Yeah, and then Femke Hermanz was her fight before that, split decision. So yeah, she hasn't really been looking too. How can I say? She hasn't really been looking too. I don't want to say not solid, but yeah, she hasn't really been looking too convincing with her wins. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough. Oh yeah, and I was right. Yeah, Femke did beat Mary Spencer. But I'm too good. I'm too good, man. I'm just too good, man. I'm too good, man. You feel me? I'm just too good at this. She said she did it, but she knew what she did wrong. I heard she and Khalil be getting in during her camps. That was what I want her and O'Shea. Will Clarissa fight O'Shea? You want her to fight a 154-pound girl? Boy, Shaw crazy, bro. I don't know. I think Clarissa will fight. I don't see Clarissa ducking O'Shea Jones or Michaela Mayer or anybody from 154 if they move up. Shout out to Anubis. I don't think that I don't think that she should be fighting. That's why I don't think that her and Michaela Mayer should fight. But hey, if they want that fight, Michaela Mayer wants it, and if Clarissa wants it, and they could agree on a catch weight, then why not? But I think that's stupid. To be honest, I don't think she should fight anybody at 154, in my personal opinion. Shout out to Unity. He says, homie was throwing off the rhythm, but I got you. Said, as long as it ain't racist or crazy like that, Doc will fry him. We got content. Appreciate it. Wait, what happened? Shout out to my brother Tech Dub Dad in the building. He said, salute. Hey, man, salute to you, my brother. Hope everyone is doing well. Hey, I see you Thunder out there doing their thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Shea cocoa butter out there. You know what I'm saying? Got shea cocoa butter. I know it's shea butter. We call it shea cocoa butter. You feel me? Chat. Big announcement. Big announcement. Oh, someone got kicked. Someone got the boot. Oh, okay. I see what the discussion is. Yeah, man. Yeah, let me fry him. Let me fry him. I appreciate y'all. Yeah. If he says something, yeah. Shout out to Kendrick. Yep. And thank you too, our booger. Shout out to you, man. Some people just be talking, boy. Some people just be talking. But yeah, I don't know who we just tossed, but go ahead, toss him. I appreciate y'all holding it down for me, man. Shout out to all the mods, man. Fire mods. Bro, why do I open Twitter and this is, hold on. I open up Twitter and it says, Clarissa Shields threatens to sue me because of my video questioning her $8 million new deal. Damn, can we deal with this after the holiday so I can get the kiddos a few gifts? Where's your holiday spirit? I mean, he looked like a clown. I don't even know who that is, but he looked goofy. Bro, you know what's so crazy to me, bro? And this is what I be talking about, bro. Like who you like and dislike who you dislike. But he said, this person says, Clarissa Shields threatens to sue me because of my video questioning her $8 million deal. I don't know. I don't watch this person, so I don't know. But I just always find it funny that when Clarissa Shields comes out with a deal, we question it. When Floyd Mayweather talks about his money, we question it. Didn't Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano just make a reported $9 million or something from their fight purse? Did inquisitive minds go off then? Did the light bulbs go off then? Did everybody turn into a freaking Inspector Gadget, Dick Tracy? Then all of a sudden everybody's a detective because she announced a deal for $8 million. Why does it matter? What is the question about it? People, bro, bro, it's an underlying issue, man. If you ignore that, then you just as silly as them. If you think that it's a coincidence that the two people whose money they question, didn't Alexander Usyk make like 40-something million for fighting Tyson Fury? Did anybody question that? All this money that Turkey Al Sheikh is throwing around, did anybody question that? Okay, but what Clarissa Shields makes $8 million behind a deal that includes Win Records and Salida Promotions, Dimitri Salida, even though it's documented that MVP made a similar offer, but with less incentives, we don't question that. We question that, but we don't question the other things. Anyway, but I want to show y'all this. This is what I just saw. That's not what I saw. I just saw this. So Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul are finalizing a deal for a heavyweight fight on Netflix in December in Miami. Sources tell Ring's Mike Coppinger. Paul steps up to fight the former heavyweight champion after his exhibition with Gervonta Tank Davis is canceled. So this is interesting. This is interesting. So that means that the exclusivity deal. Okay, so initially Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul were going to fight, right? Because first of all, let's go back in the timeline. Jake Paul was going to fight Canelo Alvarez, right? Then that got intercepted, if you will, by Turki Al-Sheikh. So that was off. Then he went to Anthony Joshua, but the Anthony Joshua fight was off because DAZN. He has an exclusivity deal with the broadcast platform DAZN, and you know Jake Paul notoriously fights on Netflix, so that's why that was canceled, right? They couldn't get past that, right? That doesn't mean, I talked about this before, and I said that doesn't mean that it's impossible, but that is a major roadblock, right? So you probably got to cut DAZN into the deal, which is probably what Jake Paul wasn't, and Netflix and MVP wasn't looking to do. But then, so that's why he pivoted to Gervonta Tank Davis, and then Gervonta Tank Davis, that was canceled for reasons, you know what I'm saying, for Gervonta Tank Davis extracurricular criminal activities, allegedly, and Jake Paul and them really not making money too. So now he doubled back on Anthony Joshua. Now this is interesting because they're still gonna be on Netflix. So I wonder if Anthony Joshua, hey, money talks. So maybe they struck a deal to get DAZN involved. So I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. As Tilkis said, that boy Doc was, bro, you still on that, bro? Succotash, bro, you sucking on something too, and it ain't Tash. You sound like you sucking on something too. You know what I'm talking about? And you're sucking a lot. You feel me? But you keep sucking though. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? This man's still talking about that, bro. I can't help that you can't comprehend fast enough to keep up, bro. Sorry about that. You see what I'm saying? That's your business. Blame the public school system that you're involved in. AJ better KO this guy. AJ better KO him. I'm telling you, he better KO. Like I said, we'll see if it actually goes down. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I just kind of find it hard to believe that Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua will fight in December. That's less than a month. Well, it depends on when they fight. You know, I would assume probably late December, but still, it's still a month. So I don't know. That's interesting though. Shout out to AJ, man. Shout out to Jake Paul. Get your money. We'll see how it goes, man. We'll see how it goes. Doc, she did put it out there though, so people are going to question. So what? Everybody's money's out there. You just focus on it, Oster. I don't want to hear. What do you mean she put it out there? It's part of boxing news. What deal isn't out there? Kawhi Leonard's deal was out there. That's the nature of sports, right? We talk about the money that is made, right? We talk about the contracts that people sign. We talk about endorsement deals, right? That's part of sports coverage. Whose money is not out there, Oster? I just told you an example of Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. That money's out there. No one questioned that. Where's the inquisitive minds then? So what do you, I don't even understand what you mean she put it out there. Like nobody else puts their deals out there. Floyd Mayweather puts his deals out there, right? Xander Zayas just put out there that he was signed with Bad Bunny, right? You think he signed for free? What do you mean? I don't understand. Everybody puts their deals out there. It's what you want to focus on. People choose to question and focus on Clarissa because they want to invalidate her. They want to diminish her credibility. They want to sully her character. That's why they focus on that. I don't understand what you're saying. Whose deal do we not know of? You said that, like, I mean, I'm just trying to figure out, like, you say that like it's like she's, I don't know, she's an anomaly or something. Like, we know about everybody's deals, and that's the thing too. Like, somebody told me on one of my comments, and shout out to Oster too, but someone told me on one of my comments that her deal is fake or whatever, and then first they told me that the deal was fake, right? First they said the deal was fake, and then in addition to saying the deal was fake, they said that it's not unprecedented because Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano made the most money in women's boxing history. Yes, bro, there's a difference between a purse and a contract. A contract, and this is how I know people don't listen, so sometimes I just feel like you're wasting your breath, bro. But, I mean, I have the same ears. God bless me with the same ears that everybody else has. You see what I'm saying? And obviously you're on the internet, so you could listen to it if you want to, so or choose not to. But the deal is explained that hers is an $8 million contract, meaning that if she wins or loses, she's going to get $8 million as long as she has the 4 fights. So the only part that the $8 million is contingent on is the 4 fights, right? So that's regardless of winning or losing. That is not the fight purse. You know, fight purses and negotiations, they include a lot of things. It varies, right? You could, if you're the face of boxing, like my boy Cinnamon, you feel me? You could even negotiate the concessions that are sold. You see, you can negotiate the concessions that are sold, get a percentage of that. You could get a percentage of the ticket sales, right? Obviously, you usually get a percentage of the ticket sales. So it depends on the gate, what's sold, if it's sold out or not. So like that is where the purse comes into, right? That's where the purse comes into play. But the contract is how much she's going to make as long as she satisfies her part of fighting 4 times. So to compare a contract with a purse, you're already wrong and you're already confused. That's number one. And number two, why are you comparing it if you don't even believe it's real? Once again, you're just trying to invalidate somebody, man. You're just trying to invalidate somebody, bro. Unity said, there we go. Shout out to Unity, bro. He said one of the most Diddy I ever heard. Yeah, I know. You the one with the dick in your mouth. I know, bro. All you can do is hear because you can't talk. You got a dick in your mouth. You see what I'm saying? Bro, it's crazy, bro. Like, some people just want attention for no, like, bro, you want too much attention, bro. You lonely, bro? You alone? Guys, dang, go work on something, bro. This man talking about meat in his mouth. I know. He said, Oster said, remember, Clarissa is not liked, even though she shouldn't care about how people feel. However, whatever she do things, people are going to question in negative, positive ways. That's just the world. Yeah, I mean, it still goes back to my original point that you question what you want to question. So, I mean, everybody's money's out there, you know. And that's even outside of the sports realm. That's in corporate too. You could look up for public record how much this person's making, how much that person's making, how much the IPO is. You know what I'm saying? The initial public offering for a stock in a company. You can see how much the CEO is making. You can see, you know what I'm saying? So there's so many things that you can see. Didn't we know about Shakur Stevens' $3 million deal? We know about these things. But once again, people only question those for people that they don't like. So it is the world that we live in. But Virgil Ortiz just complained and got all types of sympathy. And oh my gosh, somebody said Virgil Ortiz a death threat. You see what I'm saying? And that is sad. Nobody should get it. But how come people didn't react how you just reacted? Like, oh, well, it's the world. People are going to question. Well, then, I mean, people are going to send death threats. I mean, I got sent a death threat. Almost every day, people be in their feelings. Bro, I've had people, and I'm nowhere near the stardom of a Virgil Ortiz. I've had people in my comments, and then if they don't get freaking my attention in the comments or in the live stream, like the goofy what's his name? Teal Kit, like the goofy behind Teal Kit, they'll go, if they can't get attention on my YouTube live, they'll go to a comment. I had somebody jump in my comments, and then I guess, because I don't get notified when I get I get notified sometimes. I don't even understand why, be honest. But like, I'll get notified on replies, right? Like, when someone leaves a comment, but I don't get notified on replies. I cut that off. But I don't get notified on everybody's messages. So I don't know why some people's messages I don't. But sometimes I'll see them and I'll see them late, whatever. Anyway, so somebody will comment, and if I don't respond, they'll go and comment on the latest video, trying to continue a conversation from freaking months ago. And then if that don't work, they'll go to my Instagram. Bro, I just realized that, I think I told you this, you know, or maybe I didn't, but I had some coaches, shout out to them, you know, I ain't gonna say who they are, but I had some coaches reach out to me via DM. And then I don't really check my Instagram. And then I saw on my DM people messaging me from months ago about stuff that was, I don't even know who they are. And they telling me all what they gonna do to my mama and what they gonna do to my girl, and they gonna come beat me up. And like, bro, you see what I'm saying? So like, if I get that, of course you're gonna get that. So, but then people will respond. It's how you respond. Like with Virgil Ortiz, he was getting all types of sympathy. Like he's the only person that gets death threats. Bro, you go on Twitter, man. Oh my gosh, people say all types of crazy stuff. It is wrong. It's not right. But everybody doesn't get questioned. Everybody doesn't get the same response. I mean, when Devin Haney got cheated, people made fun of him. Right? When how many people made fun of Galal Yafai when he got cheated by Francisco Rodriguez Jr.? Did anybody come out and make fun of Galal Yafai? I don't remember seeing anybody making fun of Galal Yafai. Right? He got cheated. But Devin Haney gets cheated, he gets made fun of. So don't make it seem like, oh, it's a coincidence. Or don't make it seem like it's a coincidence, or make it seem like it happens to everybody. No, the same two things can happen to a person, and they'll act one way and act another way. They'll have people have two different responses to it. You see what I'm saying? So you see that with cheating, I can keep going. And it's always the most negative response towards the American, particularly the Black American. That is what it is. You see what I'm saying? I don't even know why. Yeah. Shout out to Al Boogie. He said, shout out to the GWOAT. 8 million box office for her. Come on now. I'm sure people are gonna start questioning her movie. Cause you see how bad. And shout out to Chrissy Martin. I like Chrissy Martin, but I'm hearing that her movie is doing extremely poorly. Right? I'm waiting for people to come because Clarissa Shields, her movie did great, right? So I'm sure that people are gonna start saying, oh well, Chrissy Martin's ain't do that good, so how come Clarissa Shields did that good? That's just how people are, man. That's just how people are, bro. That's just how people are, man. It's nothing that she's doing. I'm not saying that you have to like Clarissa Shields or like anybody. You can like, bro. We're all people. Some people like me, some people don't like me. It's okay. So you gotta like some people like Jordan, some people don't like Jordan. That's throughout all of history, and everybody's not gonna like everybody, but what I'm saying, how you go about it. I don't like Conor McGregor. I don't really care for Ryan Garcia. I'm not questioning how much money they're making, because whether they're making the money or not, it has nothing to do with me. I'm not getting a piece of the pie whether they're making it or not making it. So yeah, I don't really understand. The corporate is public record. All salaries of corporate are public. People need to look at their acting, then you will really see who hating on you. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So all the contracts for the athletes are public. So that's my point. So now you could question the legitimacy of it if you want to, but I mean, then why my point is, why aren't you checking everybody else's? That's all. But see, make it $8 million box office for a biopic. New $8 million contract. She doing the thing. Shout out to Clarissa, man. Shout out to the GWOAT. That's a fact. But yeah, I don't even know who that dude was. But that's like sometimes too. I don't really think that's big enough the sport. If you like the sport, and I'm not just talking about that dude because I don't know that dude, but there's a lot of time. If you notice with a lot of these content creators, I don't like everybody. I don't really There's some fighters I like more than others, and there's some fighters I don't really care for. Right. I don't really root against a fighter. Like the only reason why I don't like Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez because they're racist. You see what I'm saying? But other than that, like I could be rooting for Caleb Plant, but I don't dislike Resendez. I could be rooting for I don't know who. Give me another one. Dimitri Bivol. I don't dislike Beterbiev. I actually like them both. I like when two fighters that I like are going to fight. Like for example, when Xander Zayas and Abbas Barao made the best man win. I like them both. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of leaning towards Abbas Barao, who I'm rooting for, but if I had to put money on it, I'm not sure. You know what I'm saying? I'm not sure who would win, and made the best man win, but I'm not rooting against really anybody. So I guess I just don't really understand that. Like if I hear a contract from anybody, I don't really understand. I just don't understand that mindset. I'm a content creator in boxing because I want to raise the, I enjoy talking boxing, number one. And then I want to raise the awareness and education on boxing, what goes on, the intricacies involved in boxing. And I want to celebrate the fighters. But a lot of these content creators, bro, and I'm not just talking about whether it's Clarissa Shields, whether you're pro or anti Clarissa Shields, whether you're pro or anti Terrence Crawford or pro or anti Canelo, a lot of these content creators, in my personal opinion, it's like their goal and their agenda is to attack the fighters and have a beef with them. Like that is the highlight. Like I said, I don't know that dude, but from what I've seen people like remember that other guy that was like, I think he had a lawsuit from Terrence Crawford or something like that. Like Terrence Crawford's team threatened to sue them. I don't know who it is either, because like I said, I just stay in my own lane, man. You feel me? There's very few channels I rock with. That's Shawa, Just Do, 2 Cents, and Ryan Boxer Talk Up North. I don't really rock with too many channels, but I did see that stuff through Terrence Crawford's page because I follow him on Twitter, I think, or something like that. And he was like suing them or something like that because they were defaming him, right? Saying that he was cheating and all this other stuff. It's like, bro, sometimes you take it too far. But that is the highlight of a lot of these people's content creation career. I don't even know what you would call it. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times people attack these fighters because they want to have I don't know, bro. A lot of people are unhappy, bro. A lot of people are unhappy, and they try to masquerade as if they are happy and they're just trying to do something well for the boxing community. No, bro, you're unhappy and you want attention. You see what I'm saying? And that don't matter if you're just some goofball in the comments that's sucking some meat right now. You know what I'm talking about? Or you are attacking celebrities on the internet for no reason. Like, who cares? At the end of the day, I don't care if Layla Ali is making money or not. or if her contract or how much money she's making off her cooking show or how much money Clarissa Shields has made. I talk about it because it's an unprecedented, groundbreaking deal in women's boxing. So you would hope that other women, whether it's Katie Taylor or whether it's Carolyn Dubois or Alicia Baumgartner or Amanda Serrano, when they go and box themselves, that they could hopefully get a deal similar or one that will even surpass that. I don't really understand, you know what I'm saying? So there's a difference between, I don't know, like I guess there's a difference between just being a hater and not being a hater. I guess that's what it is. I don't know what else it comes down to. I guess it's just being a hater. I can't relate to that, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's just different. There's fighters that I like more than others, but I can't think of one fighter that I want to beef with. I don't want to be known as a channel that's beefing with Clarissa Shields or Gervonta Tank Davis or Ryan Garcia or you know, when I don't like somebody, you know what's so funny too? I know I'm going on a rant right now, but like remember when I went to the fight and I had the pleasure of meeting Xander Zayas, Sebastian Barral, Bob Santos, Nonito Donaire at the last fight between Yankel Rivera and Angelina Cordova. I was gonna show you. I was gonna take a picture and show you how close I was to Amanda Serrano. She was walking by herself. This is Orlando now, and she was I don't even know what she was doing. She was just in the lobby. And then I saw her first. And then there was like two other dudes. They went and got a picture with her. But anyway, she was probably like, if I put my hand out, I could touch her. Like that. She was just chilling because I was sitting down in the lobby waiting for, what was I waiting for? I don't remember what I was waiting for. I think I was waiting for my food or something. I don't remember exactly. But anyway, I didn't interview her because I'm not a huge fan of Amanda Serrano. And I just can't fake. You see what I'm saying? I can't like say, I don't know. I just can't really, I don't know. It's just not in me to fake. Like, so I don't dislike her though. My point is that I don't dislike her. So I don't wish anything bad on her, but it's just, I don't really care for her. But even with that, if I don't really care for you, then I'm not going to go and run and act like everything's cool. But these people that will make videos, defaming these people and being very condescending and demeaning towards their character, then they'll turn around and ask them for autographs or ask them for interviews or say, oh, come on my show. We could talk about it. Who the hell wants to voluntarily expose themselves to your nonsense or subjectify themselves to your buffoonery? Like, who would want to do that? You see what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Like, you can keep it real and not be an asshole, I guess. Yeah, so that's just how I feel about it. Oster said, views don't matter. We don't chase that view shit. We keep it 100. With the least people is more authentic. Okay, bro, peace, good brother. Okay, I learned something. Who you talking about? Who you talking about, Oster? Who you talking about? Oh, you talking to the teal? Hey, bro, that dude is weird. I don't know. He said something about views. Let me see. He said, okay, look, this is a perfect example. Shout out to everybody on the Spotify. Shout out to the people on the channel, right? This man said somebody's talking about attention and he only got 14 views. How do you know I have 14 views? Because you're in the stream as a viewer. So if you don't like the channel, you see, this goes back exactly to, remember I was talking about the unhappiness part? So you don't like the channel. You don't want to be here, but you've been in here. How long I've been on? I've been on for an hour and almost 20 minutes. You've been in here an hour and 20 minutes begging for my attention to interact with me. And that's why I said you sucking my dick. That's a long way. You see what I'm saying? So yeah. Make sure you swallow slow. Bro, people are weird, dog. Shout out to Take Them Dad. He said, you say less, so repetitive, bro. He says the same thing, bro. Shout out to Oster, though. Like I said, don't let them be, man. Some people are dying slow inside, man. You know what I'm talking about? This man been in the stream the whole time. You pocket watching. That's weird, dog. If I paid for a movie and I don't like the movie, I'm not going to sit in the movie theater and talk trash about the movie. I'm going to get up and walk out because I don't like the movie. But it's because you don't have nothing else going on for you in your life. So you think that you're accomplishing something by being a gnat. Nah. Gnats don't, fruit flies aren't really bothersome, It's just how much you want to tolerate, right? So if I decide to smack this fruit fly and kill it, I'll do that. But if it's not bothering me, then I'll let it go around and buzz around this little meaningless life. But if I want to get you out of here, I'll just ban you. You understand what I'm saying? So I can metaphorically smash you, or I could just let you buzz around with your meaningless life. You see what I'm saying? So we're allowing you to buzz around with your meaningless life. Dude is weird, bro. A lot of unhappy losers out here. I'm telling y'all, booger. Hey, and a lot, hey. That's hey man, it's crazy. But yeah, let's keep it going, man. So I talked about the Troy Isley stuff with Lubin. I talked about Janibek when they said he looked big. Oh, another thing, Moses Atama. No Diddy, my bad. No Diddy. I don't know what I said, but I'm sure I probably said something crazy.
No Diddy.
Yeah, no Diddy. We gonna pause that. Because I said I'm gonna smash him. Yeah, we gonna pause that. We gonna pause that, bro. We gonna pause that, man. Yeah, we gonna pause that. I mean, either way, he the one getting the dick. You know, it ain't me. Hey, what was that? What was that joke? Where it's like, oh, it said, I think it was from, was it Harold and Kumar? I don't know. Where it's like, something about, oh, you gay? He said, oh, you the one with the dick in your mouth. Anyway, I can't remember exactly how the joke went, but it was funny though. He said something about being gay because he was gonna make him. Give him a blowjob. He's like, oh, you gay? He said, oh, I'm not gay. He said, you the one with the meat in your mouth. That's a fact, bro. You know, it is what it is, man. But like, but Moses Atama is about to fight. My bad too for the explicitness. I'm so no, that's from Harold and Kumar, bro. That's from a movie, bro. But anyway, Moses Atama is about to be fighting Jermaine Franklin, man. Shout out to Moses Atama and Jermaine Franklin. It was just announced, and you know, we just dropped our newsletter today. Go check it out if you want real boxing talk before the internet and nonsense gets to it, you know. But it's just real funny that I announced that Moses Atama and Jermaine Franklin would fight on August 17th. That's when I made the video announcing Moses Atama would fight Jermaine Franklin. And I complained about it, right? And it was just announced today. And so, and it's not because I have like any inside sources. I just pay attention, right? I just pay attention a lot. And if you notice, August 17th was when I dropped that video. I think Moses Atama fought the day before, so it would have been August 16th against Dillian White. And I said to say that we be on our job, baby. We be on our job. Just want the truth. Shout out to you, bro. He said Atama in 4. Yeah, in 4, I think so. I'm not gonna say in 4. I think Jermaine Franklin's a live dog. I'm gonna tell you why I don't like the fight. And I said this back then. I don't like the fight because, yes, Dillian White was a shell of himself. He's an older fighter on the tail end of his career, probably on the severe decline, exponential decline. But he looked like he was hurt too, right? But I just don't think it looks good. I don't think the optics look good for Moses Atama because you're fighting a guy that lost to a guy that you stopped in 1 round. You literally stopped. Was it 1 round? Yeah, Dillian White. You literally stopped Dillian White in 1 round. And Jermaine Franklin lost to Dillian White. And you're turning around and fighting Jermaine Franklin. It just doesn't look good. Like, you know, you got people like Fabio Worley said he's willing to fight you. Well, Joseph Parker's not a good example right now because he lost to Fabio Worley, but I'm sure Joseph Parker would be willing to fight you. Philip Hergovich is willing to fight him. Richard Torres Jr. called him out, right? That's another young guy. They both have the same exact record. Both undefeated, both 13-0 or 14-0. 13 or 14-0. Both have the same exact record. I think they both have the same amount of knockouts. Right there. One's American, one's British. So you could market that fight like that. And it's crazy, bro. So, and you're going to turn around and fight Jermaine Franklin, a guy that lost to a guy that you knocked out in 1 round, and Dillian White. I just don't think it looks good. I don't think it screams confidence. I think that while this will be a live dog, shout out to Just Want the Truth. Like you said, Franklin in 4. You know, I think shout out to Franklin though. Franklin just fought, was it Ivan Dishko or Dishko? Let me look it up. I think he just fought Ivan Dishko, an undefeated fighter that he upset, right? Dishko, I think it was. Let me look it up. Let me look it up real quick. I think he just fought. Ivan Dishko. Yeah, undefeated fighter, 15-0. So Jermaine Franklin beat him. He was the underdog. He beat him by unanimous decision. So he is coming off of a victory. But I just don't like it though. I'm not gonna lie, I don't like it. Shout out to Jermaine Franklin. Hopefully he does well. You never know. He could upset him. He's gonna be a live dog. I don't know if my point is that I don't think anybody's picking Jermaine Franklin. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that you have to, but just because no one's picking you doesn't mean that. Just because no one's picking your opponent doesn't mean that it's a bad fight. But when your opponent your opponent lost to somebody that you beat in 1 round, and nobody's picking them, I think that is not a good fight. I don't know. That's just how I feel. Shout out to my brother Thomas Hill in the building. Tech Dub Dash said, "Don't worry, he'll be back." Or y'all timed him out? Oh, we gave somebody the boot again? That dude, I don't know, man. Shout out to y'all, man. My fault for even entertaining him, but sometimes I like to put them jokers in their place. Sometimes I like to talk trash to him, man. Sometimes, you know, because I'm gonna tell you like this. I don't want to dedicate all the time to him, but I don't mind giving him some time when I feel like it, because sometimes it's important for the world to function, for the trash to know it's the trash. Sometimes you got to take out the trash. You see what I'm saying? Like, sometimes you got to remind trash that it's trash, because if you put trash on a pedestal and let trash be among us, they're going to forget that they're trash. It's like going to the water hole, right? If you're a lion, you're going to be a lion. The gazelle is supposed to run. The zebra is supposed to run. I mean, that don't mean that I'm going to eat them as a lion, but if I get hungry, I might get an itch. I might just, you know what I'm saying? So it's better to be safe than sorry. So, you know, it's nothing wrong with being a gazelle, but the gazelle should never think it's a lion. And then sometimes the lion got to check them, you know what I'm saying? Restore order. You feel me? So that's all it is. Sometimes you just got to remind the trash that they're trash, or you got to remind them that the only place that they are semi-content is on the internet, because their life sucks. It is what it is. What's the beef in the chat? Ain't no beef in the chat, Wiz. It's just somebody just begging for attention any way they can get it, because they're unhappy at home. They're unhappy at home and unhappy in their life. Outside things belong well outside. Come on now. We let them inside just to toss them out again.
Know your fucking place, trash.
Yeah, people are crazy, man. But yeah, it's not even about differing of opinion. He was talking about something about, like, he was talking about stuttering or something for like 30 minutes or something, or talking fast or something like that. I talk fast. Yeah, absolutely. I talk fast. And sometimes I get my thoughts together while I'm talking. And sometimes I stutter. I have a mic in front of my face. I've been talking for an hour and 30 minutes. You could sit there and ponder for 30 minutes about your next 5 sentences and you still can't even spell it correctly and talk trash about somebody getting their words together. That doesn't really bother me, bro. You know, so I presented in front of thousands of people literally before. I presented at universities. I presented in front of NASA at NASA conferences. I presented in front of Office of Naval Research, Air Force Research Laboratory, conglomerates including Purdue University, FSU, FAMU, Alabama, Birmingham, Colorado, Michigan, Ann Arbor. I did these things in real life, bro. So my public speaking is good. So if you try to lower my self-esteem, and if you try to lower my self-esteem by trying to raise yours and give me a some type of I don't know, try to disrespect me, it's not gonna work, bro. You know, I'm gonna be here, baby. I'm gonna be here, baby. You know, so I don't know if that's what a lot of people try to do. They when they try to discredit you or disrespect you because they're trying to uplift themselves or something. I don't know. He just feels inadequate. That's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault that you woke up unhappy. You gonna be the same way tomorrow, bro. You feel me? So don't forget to smack that like button. Tell him to listen to PIMP. Come on now, B-Dog. Come on now. Don't know nothing about it. That dude, the 3-legged zebra, waiting to get chomped on. But yeah, man. So some people are just unhappy, and you gotta let them be who they are, bro, and check them sometimes. I don't mind checking them sometimes. Shout out to the mods though. Thank you to all the mods. But yeah, I don't mind checking them sometimes, because like I said, sometimes you got to let the trash, if you don't know the trash, if you don't let the trash know that they're trash, then they'll be confused. So sometimes I take it upon myself to remind them of what they are, you know. But yeah, so also, oh yeah, one more thing I want to talk about was Eubank Jr., man. Chris Eubank Jr. This guy. I don't know about y'all. I think that Chris Eubank Jr. and what's his name, Conor Benn, I was not really excited for their fight. I'm not gonna lie, the first one, because they don't really get my juices flowing. Like, Conor Benn's a cheater. You feel me? Conor Benn is he be on the juice. You know what I'm talking about? He ain't nothing but a cheater.
We do not let people who are on the juice discuss real athletes. That's all.
Shout out to my brother Tech Dub Dad. He said, "Doc, you ain't talking too fast. That dude listening too slow." You feel me? I told him that, and that's what made him mad. Thank you, Tech. I just remembered he said that, and my rebuttal was, "You just listening too slow." And I think ever since then that hurt his feelings, so that's why he been killing the chat with nonsense. But anyway, shout out to Tech Dub Dad. Exactly. You know, hey, great minds think alike. But So Eubank Jr., right? I wasn't really excited for the first fight, but man, that first fight exceeded. It didn't meet my expectations. It exceeded because my expectation for the fight was low. Because Conor Ben, like I said, he's a cheater, and Chris Eubank Jr., he's okay. He's not a bad fighter, but he's not like a great fighter. I'm not like, oh yeah, let me go watch Chris Eubank Jr. fight Liam Smith. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't really get my juices flowing. I'll watch it because I love boxing, but it's not like something I look forward to. But that Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben first fight, oh man, that fight was fire, man. Shout out to Chris Eubank Jr. Shout out to Conor Ben. That fight was great. And I will say this though. Speed up, grab the wall. Shout out to Thomas. I will say this though. I didn't want the rematch, not because it wasn't exciting. I did not want the rematch because I felt like the conditions, the circumstances in which they were fighting, 160 is not where Chris Eubank wants to be anymore, or whatever. I know he fought there a couple of times, but he said he struggles making weight, whether it's true or not. Whether you want to believe him or not, it's up to you. I believe him. Conor Ben, we see him at 147, maybe 154, but not 160. So, and this is, bro, I'm very consistent, right? I say the same thing about Clarissa Shields. I don't really have a desire to see her go down to 154. I want to see fights come into fruition and transpire under circumstances that are advantageous for both, or not even advantageous necessarily, but neutral for both. I don't want anybody to have an unfair advantage. That, to me, that defeats the purpose. So whatever, like shout out to Terrence Bud Crawford, when he was going to fight Cinnamon, y'all know I didn't want that fight. I was like, nah, man, Cinnamon's too big. I was wrong. I was super wrong with that one, I was super wrong, but I applauded Terrence Crawford for going for greatness. Even that was different because he's undisputed, multiple times, went up for greatness, whatever. But I preferred for him to pursue undisputed at 154 over fighting Canelo. I wanted Canelo to fight, who did I say? At 168, I wanted him to fight Diego Pacheco over fighting Bud. But needless to say that I'm very consistent when it comes to fighters fighting at their weight. You know what I'm saying? Unless they're going for greatness, right? So Chris Eubank and Conor Ben's not really going for greatness, but they are reviving the feud that their fathers had. It's getting passed down that way. And I don't want this fight to happen because of the conditions, where somebody might not be them full selves. But I want it to happen because it's a great fight. I'm looking forward to Chris Eubank and Conor Ben. But I'm gonna tell you this: I was watching the Chris Eubank build-up, and I learned this, man. I don't know if you watched one of his, what they call, like, it's not the 24/7, but something similar, something akin to that, right? Something akin to where they're in your camp and they're trying to build up the fight. And I don't know why they release it like the week of the fight, which is silly. They should release it like before. But anyway, like a month out, I think. But anyway, Chris Eubank was kind of giving us some insight and disclosing some things. And one thing is making me nervous. I found out, new development, I found out a couple of days ago, Chris Eubank is apparently expecting twins. Congratulations to Chris Eubank Jr. and the Eubank family. You know what I'm saying? Kids are a beautiful thing. But in addition to that, if that doesn't worry you, he said that this is the first time he remembers going to camp and being happy in camp because his nephew has been in camp the entire time. I think if I'm not mistaken, I think, I don't know if his brother, I don't know if it's really his nephew or, like when your cousin's kids, I call my cousin's kids my nieces and nephews, even though they're technically your second cousin or whatever. I don't know how we do it over here culturally, but I just call my nieces and nephews too because that's the age. So I think that one of his family members, don't quote me, I don't remember, one of them passed away, right? I think it was his brother, right? And so his brother's son is in camp with him and he's happy. And before you say, Doc, I'm heartless, no, I want you to listen to me and hear me out. With him having kids in the camp and the first time he's being happy and he's expecting kids, I think that is a distraction. It's a beautiful thing. It's a blessing, right? But I think it's an added distraction. Everything is a distraction. Anything that you're doing that's taking you away from your main goal is a distraction. No matter what you're doing, whether it's good, whether it's bad, it can be a positive distraction. It can get you back feeling good, or it could be a negative distraction, like something that's stressful. But either way, it's taking your focus for a little bit of time here and there. And I think that anytime that there's a major change, like remember Tim Zhu, somebody talked trash to me. I can't remember. It was in a video. I don't know who that person was, but she said, "Oh, you're an asshole because if you think that a family reunion is bad for boxing, then you don't know about life, and I'm gonna pray for you." It's like, lady, that's not what I was saying. It was some lady or whatever in the comments, and I'm like, you completely misunderstood and manipulated my message. I didn't say anything about that. I said that it's not a good thing because it's a distraction. Now it's your first time having your father, Costa attend your fight. That's going to be weird. That's going to throw off the chemistry a little bit. You see what I'm saying? Not even the chemistry, but it's just going to throw off the vibes a little bit. It's going to be different than what you're used to throughout your undefeated career. And you have your brother and your father in town. And then you're talking about, yeah, man, it feels like a family reunion. We're going sightseeing and all this stuff. And then while you're mid-interview, you said verbatim, oh yeah, I saw Bakram running around the complex, wherever they're at. I think they're in the Caribe Royale. I saw Bakram running around the resort. And so it looks like he's still trying to prepare. And I'm going to show him there's levels. Meanwhile, we fast forward a couple days from that interview, and Bakram ran through you like shit through draws. You saw him running, and he continued running right through you. Not only did you see him running around the resort, he continued that run right through Tim Tszyu. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I'm sorry, I don't think it's a coincidence, and this is no disrespect to Amado Resendez. You know, Caleb Sweethand's Plant is one of my favorite fighters, but I love to give fighters their credit. I think that Resendez is and remains the upset of the year. So congratulations to him. I'm not giving Caleb Plant a way out, but y'all know he's one of my favorite fighters, but I'm not giving him a way out, right? I think that he lost that fight partly, not entirely, but partly because he was expected a baby. Absolutely. So that's why when Zepeda said, I'm not going to fight Shakur because I'm expected a baby, notice I didn't talk trash about that. I said, I called Zepeda a duck for ducking Shakur when he went after he said he was going to fight him and he went and fought Maxie Hughes. Then when he said he was going to fight him, he went and fought Giovanni Cabrera. Then he went and said he was going to fight him and he fought, was it Tevin Farmer? And then he fought Tevin Farmer a second time. But I didn't talk I talked trash about those times because he called out Shakur and he pump faked. But then when he said he was having a baby and he called off the fight with Shakur, I didn't say nothing. I said, that's smart. But then I talked trash because he said he wasn't going to fight in November, but then he turned around. Despite having a baby, despite saying he wasn't going to fight, he went and fought Tevin Farmer. So then I proceeded to talk trash again. My trash talk recommenced. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't talk trash about somebody taking time off for a baby because that is going to take your time. You're going to be concerned for your wife. You're going to be elated and expecting a baby. You're going to be talking about the new addition to your parents and to your family and to your friends. And you're going to be preparing things for the baby to come. And you know what I'm saying? And all this other arrangements that you have to these arrangements that you have to make, you know what I'm saying? The arrangements that you have to arrange, you feel me? So that's just going to be a distraction, you feel me? And so I just think that anything is a distraction. So when I'm seeing Chris Eubank saying that he has his nephew in his camp, I think that is touching. I think that is dope. And the fact that he's expecting twins, that is fire. But I think when you're about to fight and Conor Ben's over there and he's fully focused, he's not expecting kids. He's not watching his nephew. He's not, you feel me? He's not making plans on how to prepare for a child to come in. Then I think he's a little bit more focused. That's all I'm saying. Does that mean that Chris Eubank is definitely going to lose? No. I think that I still favor Chris Eubank. It might change from now and then, but you know, I think he's the better boxer. So I thought Chris Eubank, number one, being bigger and being the better boxer, I thought he was going to win in the first one. And I was right. But he did get hurt in that fight, that first one. And Conor Ben got hurt too. But I do think that Chris Eubank has a good chance to be upset in this one more so than he did in the first one. But I'm still going with Chris Eubank. But I just wanted to share that with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I just want to share that with y'all. Shout out to Severin Pay. He said, yeah, Resendez got KO'd by, come on now, who's C+, right, by Elijah Garcia. Exactly. Unity said, well, he didn't lie. He showed there was levels. He was on the lower level, though. Facts. It's through draws. Come on now, Thomas. Come on now. Tech Dumb Dad said, Eubank will not be as drained to make this fight. He's going to cut weight properly. Hopefully, if he doesn't, he didn't learn anything. Right. If he don't, he didn't learn anything. Facts. Yeah, man. So he said, Thomas says, nah, only bet on Ben if the weight cut is harsher for Eubanks than the last fight, which was staunch. Yeah, man. Yeah, so I just think that shout out to Oster. He said, Doc, you always try to save Nello Duck. However, the money talk and bullshit talk wasn't we heard. Yeah, how was I saving? What did I say to save Canelo, bro? Oh, you're saying, okay, I got you. You're saying that I was trying to save him from having the fight at all. No. I wasn't trying to save him. I was just saying that I thought that it was that much. I was wrong. Hey, bro. So, hey, I'm right a lot more than I'm wrong. So ain't no shame in my game. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong there. I was wrong. I wasn't trying to save Canelo. I want Canelo to fight Benavidez. I think we'd all agree that that's a more dangerous fight than what we thought Bud was. Not saying now in hindsight, but what we thought Benavidez was the more dangerous fight. given the consensus around boxing. But I still want Canelo to fight Benavidez. Not right now because Benavidez is at 175 and stuff, but I always wanted that fight. So no, I'm not trying to save him. I just thought Canelo was, I mean, you remember, you were here. I was certain that Canelo was going to beat Bud. I'm not one of those that practices revisionist history to make myself look good. No, sir. I get so much things right that I don't mind getting stuff wrong. Actually, I like getting stuff. I don't like getting stuff wrong, but I don't know. For me, it's refreshing because who wants to watch a sport where you know what's gonna happen? That's why when people say like, "Oh yeah, we know what's gonna happen. Oh, this fight, we know what's gonna." No, you don't. There's upsets for a reason. You don't know what's gonna happen. A lot of times, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's no bad fights. Of course, there's bad fights, but I think people over exaggerate how much of a mismatch some of these fights are. With Devin Haney and Brian Norman fights, if Brian Norman wins, they're gonna be people that say, "Oh yeah, Devin Haney was trash, man. His chin was garbage. You know, we knew he can't do anything. Ryan Garcia exposed him." And then if Devin Haney beats Brian Norman, there's gonna be the same people saying, "Oh yeah, man, I told you Brian Norman wasn't good. I remember how he struggled with Boca Chica. He just got put on the map. You know, he was just fighting guys that we never heard of, like Jin Sasaki and Giovanni Santilla." They're gonna say that. There's no good fights, bro. Bro, Brian Norman Jr. and Devin Haney is a great fight on paper. They both have clear advantages and disadvantages. I don't think it's going to be a competitive fight once they step in the ring, but on paper, I don't know. I feel like it's easy to see how Devin Haney could win, and it's easy to see how Brian Norman could win. You know, and yeah, so I don't know. There's a lot of great fights that are great fights on paper. It might not be a great fight in the ring, but on paper, you know, somebody might get dominated in the ring, but on paper, it's a good fight. It's like, yeah, there's a lot of good fights. I think people over exaggerate how many and how many and by how much they're mismatched. There are mismatches. Also, today was the inaugural session of the newsletter for Doc's Corner, man. Dr. Boxing Talk, we now have a newsletter called Doc's Corner. Again, if you want to be hip to the real boxing news, real boxing talk, no fluff before the internet gets to it and tries to spin the narratives and try to make you seem like, oh, this fighter's a Tom and Jerry runner because they don't understand boxing, or this fighter doesn't belong in the ring with this person, or this person's a fake champion. Before all that nonsense and these goofball content creators get to it who don't really like boxing, they just want to beef with the fighters, go check out the newsletter, and that lets you know the real skinny on what's going down. In the first episode, the inaugural issue, I break down the difference between movement and controlling the ring. You see what I'm saying? I break down the difference between running and ring generalship. Running and footwork. There's a difference. You know what I'm saying? I break it down and I tell you why that is going to be the key to victory for Devin Haney if he wins. You know what I'm saying? And then the next episode, a little sneak peek for the second issue, is going to be about power. And the fact that it's not just about being strong. It's also about timing and delivering your power. You know what I'm saying? So you should give respect to guys that are big punchers, even like a Brian Norman, or even like a Deontay Wilder, or even like a, I don't know, like a Fabio Worthy, or even like whoever else is a big puncher, even like a Janibek. You know what I'm saying? It takes timing. A Triple G or whoever else has a lot of power. You know, and it's not just power, man. It's you got to be able to deliver that power effectively. So you got power, but if you can't land that power, then it is what it is. Go check out. It's called Doc's Corner. You know what I'm saying? The link is in the description. Check it out. Check it out. You know, shout out to my brother shout out to my brother Unity. Unity put that in my mind. I was gonna do a website, but I think a newsletter for my research is more appropriate to where we're at right now, and then we'll develop into a full site in the future. Good Lord willing. So shout out to Unity for replanting the seed. You know what I'm saying, in my head, because we talked about this before, but he just really brought it home when people were out here taking credit for something that I broke, you know, which happens a lot. It's like the Moses of Tom, and shout out to my brother Kendrick, you know, it's like Moses of Tom and Jermaine Franklin. I talked about, I announced that in August. It just officially got announced today in November. So, and I will show you right here, and I'm gonna bring up Thomas. I'm gonna open up the phone lines, and then yeah, we go keep it just for the Spotify, because everybody's not listening on YouTube. So shout out to the ones on Spotify. I'm gonna start enforcing. I keep saying this, right? I'm just gonna do it. We're gonna enforce the 3-minute time limit when I call people up, just to help it flow better. But shout out to I listened to it on Spotify the other day, man. That thing sound good, man. Shout out to Oster. Oster sounded good. Ty sounded good. Oscar pulled up that day, sounded good. So yeah, man, you can listen to it on Spotify, right? But let me show you real quick. Let me show you when I announced this. This was just announced today officially that Atama, let me pull it up. Shout out to my brother Kendrick, man. That's really what sparked it. Sparked me to actually go out and do it. I was thinking about it, but I actually went out and did it. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me know if you like it too. I need all the feedback, what we can do better and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Sign up to the newsletter, baby. If you don't lock in, you're missing out, baby. You're missing out. Excuse me. All right, here it is, right? November 11th. So this was yesterday. Yesterday it was announced Jermaine Franklin will be fighting Moses Atama. Right? Now let's go to my YouTube. August 17th. In August, I dropped this video and it's titled Moses Atama destroys Dylan White. Calls out Jermaine Franklin next. And then in the video, I confirmed that. Well, I don't really confirm it because it wasn't officially announced, but I say that in August, baby. It was just announced in November. Come on now. We be on it, chat. That's why y'all rock with me. That's why y'all rock with me. And even the ones that don't like to rock with me, they can't help that they rock with me. You feel me? Shout out to Smoochie in the building, dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Doctors in the house. Shout out to Smoochie. I appreciate you coming through, sis. One time for the ladies. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to Smoochie in the building. I'm signing up now. Shout out to my brother Kendrick, man. Big sign up. Yes, get right. For the newsletter, you feel me? Hey, if you don't sign up, you're missing out, man. It's a free boxing newsletter, man. I'll give you the skinny. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out to y'all, man. Shout out to y'all. But let me bring up Thomas. I am opening up the phone lines now. Before we open up the phone lines, man, check us out on all social media platforms as Dr. Boxing Talk. You know what I'm saying? Check us out.
For your listening pleasure, we are now on Spotify under Dr. Boxing Talk. The same thing on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, everything. Dr. Boxing Talk, man. Come rock with us. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Let's get right. Let me call up my brother from another Thomas Hill. Mr. Thomas Hill is calling in, and the phone lines are open, man. Please call in. Please call in. The members get a little bit more time because they do a little bit more on the monetary support. You feel me? So shout out to them. You know, I gotta shout out to the members, and you get access to all these emotes, man. So consider becoming a member. You feel me? Helps us to keep going and growing. Yeah, man. And you're just supporting the best boxing platform on. It starts at $3 a month, man. You get access to all these wonderful emotes. You get perks like hopping in the Discord and talking in the background until I bring you in, man. You get to promote your own stuff. You get all types of access. You feel me? It's fire. It's fire, man. Great stuff. And you get to know that you're supporting the best boxing channel on the planet. Let's keep it going. Shout out to my brother Cito. Dropping that bread, that cheese, that butter. Cito says, send your dad joke. Big dog. You said you sent the dad joke. Oh, okay. Cito says, went to the sign store the other day. All they had was left turn signs. Didn't buy one. I knew deep down it wouldn't be right. I'm asleep. So Cito says, I went to the sign store the other day. All they had was left turn signs. I didn't buy one. I knew deep down it wouldn't be right. Get the hell out. Get out of here. They pull up my brother Thomas, man. Shout out to Cito. Shout out to my mod, Tech Dumb Dad, my brother. Thank you, brother. Shout out to all my mods. Shout out to all the members. I appreciate you, man. Tech Dumb Dad with the Docs Corner, beehive.com. Yep, that is the newsletter address. Check it out, docscorner.beehive.com, man. It's a brief little newsletter, you know. Keep it brief, once a week. Every Wednesday, let you know who to predict, let you know what fights to look out for. You see what I'm saying? Just keep you up to date with the fight game. You feel me? That's what we do, man. Real pugilist enthusiasts around here. You know what I'm talking about? If you are casual, trying to get up to speed, that newsletter will help you. If you are a purist and you just want to learn a little bit more, hear what other people have to say, that newsletter will help you. So check it out. Once a week, every Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thomas in the building. What's good, my brother? I think Thomas might have stepped away a little bit.
Nah,
Oh, there you go.
I'm not stepping away.
There you go,
It's
my
that
brother.
bread, that cheese, that butter. These biscuits.
My guy, what's good, man? How are you?
What's good? What's good? What's good?
Nothing much, man. Talk to me, man. What's boxing looking like these days? It's crazy, right?
You know what, man? It's looking crazy. It's fugazi at times, but you know what,
I
man?
like that word.
For sure, man. But you know, it's trying to find its way home.
Mm.
And I think some way, somehow, we're gonna find its way home. And I think that, you know, it's purifying itself of the effery, the chicoonery, that shenanigans and coonery at the same time.
I like that. My brother with the wordplay. I was just watching some battle rap today too, man. Shout out to
see
you
a lot of
for sending me
stuff
that
we
link too.
haven't. Yeah, for sure. Oh, and I got to get you that link about. I don't know if I got you the link with the girls. Like, just give it up for the
Yeah,
ladies.
send that to me, bro, please.
So
So I keep forgetting. Yes,
send that
please.
to you, dog.
Please.
We do have that. Hell, handle themselves sometimes more better than the men do up in these
What?
good spaces.
What?
Hallelujah and amen.
Amen.
And but yeah, man, I think that, you know, there's gonna have to be some cleansing before they actually get back to the point where we get competitive fights back again. Right now, it's about jockeying and lobbying for position and doing more fighting on Twitter Spaces, Instagram models, so to speak. You know, YouTube giants, and we need to get away from that. I think that it's starting to have a refreshing, a cleansing, and I think we're gonna be back in good hands. I think the year following 26,
Okay.
26, I start seeing more of a tread back to the way that, you know, fights used to do. I mean,
Man, I like
because
that.
more and more, you see that the problem ain't the fighters. I know a lot of times we like to pin it on the fighters, but remember, the fighter can't put the fight together.
Come on now.
They don't find the venues. They don't make sure the right vendors are there. They're not making sure that they get their airtime accrued for, and all these other things. It's bigger than them, and a lot of times we throw it at them, and you know, some unfortunately get more hate than others just because
Come on now.
they don't have the corporate tent that they should have. And with that being said, I know I ain't got much time.
Nah, you got plenty of time, bro. You're not even halfway through, man. I started you late, bro. You know I like to hear from the good brother Thomas. What you talking about, man?
Hey, man,
You
I'm
different,
about
bro.
respect.
You different, man.
Respect, you know what I'm
I
saying?
appreciate you,
I
bro.
can sit here and be quiet and listen because
And that's why you
you
different. You
get good
see?
talk. Shout
That's
out to
why
the people who come to the chats though to cause trouble.
Yes, sir. Shout out to them.
At times, man, you know what? You may bring some other folks,
Yep.
and they might come with the intention to make noise and cause kind of frequency distractions and things like that, but they might get a little bit of indoctrination.
Hey.
It's all about indoctrinating folks. So
Hey.
come on over, man. You know, we're going to let you breathe a while. I thought you got handled a little bit quicker than most, but hey, sometimes people just ain't take
Shout out to
Take
Thomas.
them dad. He wasn't on that ish today, though. He said not today.
Shout out to
You got
Take
time.
Them Dad. Yep. Shout out to Al Booger. Shout out to Take Them Dad. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to all the mods. Shout out to Shawa. Shout out to all the mods. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes that's why I don't even pay attention to it, to be honest. I just let the mods handle it because I got good people as mods, and they know we trying to grow, and they know what we should stand for, what we shouldn't. So, you know, if they want to get rid of people, then hey, you got to go, right? If they want to stay, I entertain them a little bit. So shout out to y'all.
No.
Thank you.
Absolutely, that person. He wanted to be shown the door, and he was aptly shown the door. So shout out to Take Them Dad.
Yeah, shout out to all
I
you.
salute you, good sir.
Thank you. I appreciate y'all for real. Thomas sounds like T.I. That's T.I. Except for Boo Dodson. Oh, that's T.I. Hey, man. You pull it up. All right, oh, so I'll pull you up. I'll pull you up when Thomas is done. He said you could chill too, so they will let you go. I also want to ask you before you go, man. Before you slide, Thomas. I try to ask people a little boxing trivia. I'm trying to do that whenever somebody calls. Try to ask them a little trivia. You know what I'm saying? I want to ask you. What do I want to ask Thomas, man? I don't know. I just want to have your thoughts, man. What do you think about Janibek looking too big? People are saying that he looks big. What do you think about that? What's your opinion on that?
I think he's always looked that big, though, man. You know,
Come on
I
now.
never seen him as a step competitor at that division or at that weight class. He's always looked bigger than the people he's gotten in the ring with.
Come on now.
I mean, he has his frame is naturally big, so you know what I'm saying. And you know, at the same time, he comes from an area where it's much colder. You know, when it's colder, what do bears do when it's cold?
They hibernate.
They hibernate. When they hibernate, emphasis on
Stack
the
up on
last
that
word.
food.
Yeah, they ate. They
Yep.
get the store on.
Yep.
You know, when you cold out there, you need something that's gonna keep you warm through the winters, man. My man just a naturally big body, big boned individual, but at the same time, he's professional in the fact that he maintains his weight when it comes time to fight time. That being the case, man, when he get in that ring with my main man, the ageless wonder, weight ain't gonna be an issue. Him being too big ain't gonna be an issue. It's will he be able to put them B's and C's on him when he need to? Because my man has always been savvy as a boxer. He can manipulate that ring pretty well. But now he sits down on punches and he punches in between punches. So you know he got a lot to cover against that old man. That old man been putting in work on folks lately. So
Come on now.
to
Shout out to
man.
Arizona Laura, man. Shout out to him.
Yes. Shout out to him because you know he ain't ducking no smoke. And it's been a long time since he faced that sly Canelo in the ring, man. You know, I do believe that in that fight he definitely started getting a little bit more, should I say, violent in the ring.
Hey.
He was flights of fancies a little bit too much for him to get awarded a decision. And let me bring this to, because I'm not of the same opinion most people are involved in that Crawford and Canelo fight. I did believe that Crawford won that fight. And it was convincing on my watch, but it was because of those last 3 rounds. Those last 3 rounds, where in the Lara fight, Canelo was pressing the action and he was looking like the aggressor. In the Crawford fight,
it's cold as hell in this motherfucker. Oh, you do that shit? It's cold as hell in this motherfucker. Why you gotta sit right here?
Who is that? Oh, that's Osa. I didn't even know you was. Let me mute this man. Go ahead, Thomas. And I'm gonna let Osa go.
Hey, shout out to Osa, hit me with 40 ounces of love. That boy gave me 40 ounces of love. So inebriating. But no, in that last fight before I cut out, man, Laura had the fight in his grasp, but then, you know, he allowed Canelo to dictate. Whereas in Crawford fight, the last 3 rounds, I believe Crawford dictated the fight. And it got to the point where you can't be looking at your corner while you're getting hit with a punch. Like, where did that punch come from? And you're not throwing anything. So, you know, shout out to Crawford. He was able to put together the game plan and to carry it out. If Laura had did the same, I think we would have been talking about him being the victor in that fight. Because for the good portion of the earlier of the fight, I thought he did better than Crawford did in their fight. In his fight with Canelo by controlling the earlier rounds. I thought that you could give a lot of rounds to Canelo in the earlier bit of it if you chose to, because of the work that he did to the body. Now, people who will go contrary to that will still argue the fact that Devin did most of the greater work in that fight because he went to the body on Loma. And that's why I'm having problems with folks. Yeah, that's where I have problems with folks. Because if it's that way for that fighter in that fight, then it has to be that way for every fighter in every fight. And, you know, that's all I maintain is consistency, man. I have no disdain for any of these fighters, no hate for these fighters, no ill will toward these fighters, man. These fighters doing something that entertain me and something that I haven't conditioned myself. I haven't disciplined myself to do to get up in that ring. So, man, I'm not going to hate on these brothers. But at the same time, we got some haters out here. And on that note, I see my man Oscar.
Yes, sir.
He over here coming in here trying to come on here and cut it in on my time like
right.
Red, like I'm a freaking bird in the Midnight Falcons. He hanging me out the balcony talking about his office hours are from 9 to 5. So I'm
you feel me?
9 to 5, bro.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna pull up Osa, man, and I'll open up the pedal before I leave too, though. Still, so if you hanging out, then I'll bring you back up.
Oh, bring a ninja back up then,
I
dog.
got you there, my brother. I appreciate you, Thomas. Shout out to Mr. Thomas Hill, man.
And shout out to the chat, dog. Chat.
Hey,
Much love to you guys, and shout out to the
amen.
people who actually add levity to
Come
the
on now.
chat. You know what's up? And some people that give brevity to the chat.
Mm.
Either way, we gonna make it equitous to the chat. And I
Talk to
know
him.
what I'm about with this piece.
Yes, sir. Shout out to my brother Thomas, man. Now we about to pull up my brother Oster. Before I pull up Oster, I want to say too, yeah, the mods, man. Shout out to Al Booger, shout out to Tech, shout out to Kendrick. Like I said, whatever y'all decide, man, I'm gonna go with it. You feel me? Because I know sometimes people want to hear me talk trash, and sometimes I don't mind talking trash. I like to get off a little bit because hey, it is what it is, man. I like it. You know, I like to get my stuff off sometimes. You feel me? But at the same time too, you gotta keep the main thing. So whatever y'all decide collectively, then I'm going with it. Whether you time somebody out, hey, you can play with it. Time him out, untime him out. Who cares? He ain't nobody. You feel me? So so you know what I'm saying? Y'all figure it out, man. I'm cool. Whatever y'all decide is cool, man. As long as you got a reason, then I'm cool with it, man. I gave y'all mods for a reason. I can't ask somebody to moderate and then I'm moderating the moderators. That's why. And look, so this is a perfect example. Shout out to Kendrick. Shout out to Shawa. Shout out to all the mods, right? Thomas, whoever else is mod. This is why I don't want everybody to be a mod, because if I mod everybody, then I'm gonna have to moderate the moderators. No, I have the moderators because y'all help me moderate the chat. That's what it's for. It's supposed to be helpful. So you feel me? So and y'all get the dope highlight and all the other distinctions and stuff like that, and priority and stuff when it comes to responses. So that's dope. That's a dope part. So y'all helping me. So if I have to moderate, that don't make no sense. And I'm not knocking anybody. I'm just saying for me, that's why I don't want to have everybody be a mod. It's like, why would everybody be a mod? There's more arguments and stuff like that. So no, I've done that before on Twitch where I made so many people mods. Now my moderators arguing and stuff like that. Now I gotta moderate the moderators. Like, you feel me? So nah, hey, yo. Hey, you shoot somebody, you know, I trust y'all. So if y'all know we trying to grow, we don't want to shoot somebody because they said Clarissa Shields is trash and I said Layla Ali is good, or I guess that would be an agreement. We don't want to shoot somebody because they say Clarissa Shields is trash and I saying Layla Ali is trash. You know what I'm saying? Don't shoot somebody for that, or because I like Tank and they like Shakur, or they like Ryan Garcia. Don't shoot somebody for that. But y'all know if somebody just being an asshole or being a distraction, then pack them up if you want. We are here for it. This is Dr. Boxing Talk. Not about the bullshit talk. But let's get it. But I do like to talk my shit too. So Kendrick knows. Kendrick been rocking with me for a minute. Kendrick know I like to talk my trash. But we got my brother Oster in the building, man. What's good, bro?
What's good? What's good? You hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear, man. Appreciate you calling in, man.
Okay. What's the deal? What's the deal?
Nothing much, man. What you was asking me in the chat, though?
Oh no, I found that. You sent the link because I was trying to tap it, but it was going back to the like the mod shit.
Gosh dang it,
So,
Oster.
but
You're supposed to ask for the content, man. That's what I'm saying. Ask. It was supposed to be a play. No. Now we rehearse, man. I was gonna tell everybody how to do it anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like make it sound like it was organic. You know, messed up the play. It's all good though.
Oh my bad.
Nah, you good. Nah, but I'm gonna tell you how to do it anyway. You good?
Yeah.
So
I like it, though. I seen it.
You like it? I
like
appreciate it, man. Thank you, bro. Shout out to you, man. What Oster is talking about is we just dropped a newsletter for Dr. Boxing Talk channel. It's called Doc's Corner, and it's a DOCSCORNER.beehiiv.com. BEEHIIV.com. And I'm gonna be dropping a weekly newsletter just to dive a little deeper for those of you that want more of the real stuff and not the fluff that they have on the internet, man. We try to break down boxing, and you know me being a former amateur boxer and stuff like that, sharing the ring with a light heavyweight champion, Tavares Cloud, and some other people like that. I have some experience. I have experience like them, but I have some experience in what my trainers told me and stuff like that, and competing. And I just talk about breaking down the fight, breaking down what footwork is compared to running, or just movement, or even power is, and compared to being strong. And you know, we just break down different aspects of the fight, and I give you predictions and tell you what to look out for. And you know, just like a I don't know, just like a fun educational experience, you know, kind of like the chat, but just, you know, more focused, I would say. So yeah, you can access it like that, and you sign up and subscribe, and you'll get a weekly newsletter. That's it, just weekly newsletter. And it's nothing long. And shout out to my brother Oster, man. He said he rocks with it, man. So shout out to you, bro. I appreciate you, man. That just made me happy, dog. He said he rocks with it. Yeah, let me know, please. I need your feedback, man. Let me know about how you feel like the site is. Is it easy to navigate, interface with? And let me know what you think about the newsletter. Did you see the first newsletter yet? You probably didn't. I know you just signed up, so.
No, I signed up and looked at the the front, the head, you know, the template
Okay.
and look. I said, okay, Doc. I'm
I
like,
appreciate it,
okay.
man. I appreciate it,
I'm gonna
bro.
get back. I'm like, we on live now. I said I get back to this. I said, we
You
get
feel
back to
me?
this.
You
Let me
feel
do
me,
it.
man? Hey,
You
man,
know
we
what I mean?
try,
Let
we
me get
try to
back
do a
to
little
it. Got
something,
it.
man. We try to do a little
Yeah,
shine,
yeah, I gotta
shine.
roll something up. You heard me?
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it, man. Shout out to everybody that signed up. I appreciate it. But yeah,
Hey,
man,
yo,
talk to
but
me.
listen.
Oh, talk to me about this
Yeah, I
Clarissa
was.
stuff and everything, man. I just want to hear your opinion, bro.
I
You know, I
was.
love to hear your
I
opinion. We might not
no, the
agree, but I love
Clarissa.
to hear your opinion, bro. For
Yeah, the
real.
Clarissa. My thing with Clarissa, I mean, it's not even a thing with Clarissa because I just
Mm,
seen it. I just read it.
mm,
But you know, I always ask the little elephant in the room. I'm like, why you put that out there like that? So I want to
mm.
know, was you know, because you put like 8 million, this and that and that. So I ain't say nothing because I don't know nothing about it. You know what I mean? I ain't counting your pockets, but you
Me
ain't got to
either.
count people's pockets when they tell you what they got. You ain't got to count them. You telling me. So I don't know when you did that, but I'm like, Clarissa, you, not that you care, you know what I mean? But you not the
What she
most
does.
well person that people like. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So whatever you say is gonna definitely get critiqued. It's
Right.
gonna get critiqued. That's a hundred
Critique.
percent
Yep.
fact.
Right.
But that 8 million, that's gonna bring some hate. That's gonna bring some hate. You gonna get. I mean, you asked for that though because you put it out there. That's why I said
I
this
get you.
ain't on everybody else. Now, if I was in your business, you know how people get these little deals and you be digging in people like Tank Bennett, what he got for the fight. You on the internet trying to find out, going through nine channels trying to find the right number out.
Yeah.
Then that's some other type of thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's what I said about that. I ain't got no problem. I want you to get your money. I hope you do get you just about to get 15.
I
So
know
I
you
mean,
ain't no.
get
I know
yours.
you ain't no hater, right? I just want to hear your perspective. That's all. I know you ain't no hater.
Yeah, get your money, girl. Get your money, girl. But I tell you, what you push out in this universe, it comes back. So that's why I say, don't throw rocks at a glass house. If your house is glass, don't mean you got to be able to take that, man. So that's a fact. People get hated on when they don't even know their business. They be lying about people's business and they be hated on, counting people dollars. But Doc, what I
Mm.
want to talk about, I'm telling you right now, everybody about to be mad at me. I'm telling you right now.
You about you
Watch.
wait, hold on before they get mad at you. You about to change the subject? I want to respond to that, and I'm gonna let you
Oh
go.
no, go respond. No, yeah,
Oh, okay, yeah.
respond.
So
Yeah,
my
respond.
response to that, it would be like similar to what I said in the chat. Is that I don't think now I know, like you said, Clarissa Shields. I'm gonna be honest, she's not the most like you already alluded to and said. You know, she's not the most likable all the time. So if you don't, I would never say that you're wrong for not liking Clarissa Shields or not liking Floyd. A lot of times when people are polarizing, you either gonna like them or not like them. That's just a dynamic of it. It's gonna happen. But my rebuttal to that is that what star or a superstar, or whether it's boxing, basketball, whether it's an actor, like we know how much they're getting paid by, especially when it's an unprecedented thing. Like, you know, I'm not saying that Denzel or I don't know, give me a Regina King or Charlize Theron, they're gonna come out and say, oh, I made this much for this movie, but it's known. This is information that can be seen. But when you're an athlete, they usually do talk about your deal, right? On ESPN, when Victor Wembanyama signs a deal, or Cooper Flagg's rookie deal, or Kawhi Leonard's deal, like this is stuff that happens naturally. So I don't. That'd be my only rebuttal to that. Is like this is nothing new. You know what I'm saying? Now it's new because Clarissa Shields is talking about it, but everybody talks about the deals. Like when Shakur signed with Matchroom, everybody knew it was a 3-fight or 2-fight $3 million, whatever it was. I think it was, I don't remember right now, but I think at the time it was a 2-fight $3 million deal or something like that. So that was his contract with them. That doesn't mean that's what he's getting for his fight purse. Those are two different things. But I just feel like there's nothing unnatural or uncommon about us knowing somebody's contract, especially when it's a big deal. Now I know people will be like, oh, she's just making it a big deal because it's hers. But I do think that this is good to make it known in order for other women to be like, okay, bet, you know, maybe I can reach a certain value too. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not somebody who's active right now, like a Michaela Mayer. Well, no, I'm not taking that back. Maybe them too. They could benefit too, because they could be like, okay, bet, you know, maybe I can headline here, or maybe I can get a deal that's more than what I'm getting, or maybe I deserve higher compensation. So I look at it as a good thing now. I think once we remove our personal feelings out of it, and this is where I think the critiques come in. I think once we say, okay, I don't like this person, so I'm a question her money. That's what I was getting to. You know, I think it's because I don't really think that it's a legitimate inquisition. That's all I'm saying. I don't think that it's like, okay, bet. Because if you know, let me ask you something, Oster, and I want your honest opinion. What? Not even your opinion, your experience. Not an opinion. I want it to be a fact. Now it's a fact. I want you to know your experience. So your experience is your experience, whether it's good or bad or whether I agree with it, don't matter. Your experience in boxing. Name one other person whose money we question besides Clarissa Shields.
Shit, I know they was questioning Mayweather.
Come on now. That's it. That's it. You just said it.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah,
my problem
yeah.
right there. The only two people that we question her money that they're making is who? Mayweather and Clarissa Shields. We don't question Jake Paul. Do we? We don't question Conor McGregor's. Do we? We don't question Ronda Rousey. We don't question Katie Taylor. We don't question Amanda Serrano. And it's not even just a black and white thing either, or a black, white, brown thing. We don't question Carolyn Dubois. We don't question Anthony Joshua's. So it's not a complexion thing, but it is something. It's something.
But you know something, Doc. You know something, Doc. On the contrary to that, is that the only thing I can see that's different is that with Mayweather and Carissa. Because first of all, it was Mayweather thing, Mayweather, that was his strategy. He's throwing that money in front of you. Like, and remember, you gotta remember when you remember the time when Mayweather was doing that? And you remember the time of the world when he was doing it, the time of the world. Remember he was in crisis. Remember everybody's supposed to be broke? You ever remember that? The world was supposed to be, and Mayweather started showing that's where your people was.
My name is money.
Yeah,
my name is
sometimes. Sometimes I was over here in my feelings. I'm like, man, what's showing on money? Yo, I swear to God, he called me on a slipping Tuesday one day, man. I'm like, yo, man, look at you hurting out here right now.
Hey, it's hot. It's hot. She better have a security boy. Hot out here. She better. Hey, Papoose got to swing on some folks, boy.
You might get Papoose punching them out. For real for that $8 million. You may punch him in the mouth.
That's a fact.
You better walk around with that thing on him. I'm telling you.
Hey, that's a fact. That's a fact, man. Here go right here, man. My name is Buddy. My name is Buddy. And like I said too, I'm not saying that it can't be questioned, because maybe it might come out tomorrow and they be like, "Oh man, all that was fake." Maybe, but let it happen. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I got people out there wishing like it's a fact that it's fake. Like, make it happen. It's gonna come, bro. The world that we live in, it's gonna happen. If it's fake, we gonna know about it. Believe that. So let it happen.
But that's what they want it to be. That's the whole scheme. That's why they want it to be. They don't want it to be right.
Come on,
trust me, they don't want it to be right.
Come on now.
That's the last thing they want. Because if it be right, you just gave Carissa $8 million, so she's about to act a fool after this fight because you one of those big payers now, for real.
All right, yeah.
That's why they push it out there. They really want it to be wrong. They trying to make it wrong. They trying to make it wrong. For real. That's what they're doing.
Bro, Usyk just made how much? Usyk just made and Tyson Fury just made, bro. It was like 40, 50 million. Canelo just made how many million? You know what I'm saying? No one questioned that. It's crazy.
They all alike though, Doc. All of them is like though.
And I agree with you, but that was my point. I said now once we take the field, and that's why I don't like it, because that shouldn't depend on what you like. That's just my opinion. This is opinion now. But for me, like I gave that example with Ryan Garcia and even Teofimo. I don't like Teofimo. You never hear me say, "Oh, because I don't like Teofimo. Teofimo's not a real champion." No, he's an American WBO champion. I think that he's the most decorated champion, the longest reigning champion at 140. I would never say Teofimo is not a real champion or he's not a good fighter because I don't like him. Also, stuff that he said. And I will say this too. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I do compartmentalize. Sometimes it could be right, sometimes it could be wrong. But I do compartmentalize that stuff. Like, I could look at Teofimo. I'm excited for Teofimo and Shakur to fight. I will be rooting for Shakur. I won't be rooting for Teofimo, but he's a good fighter. I won't miss a Teofimo fight. But at the same time, I have no problem also saying that he's a racist piece of crap too. Like, to me, there's no conflict of interest there. You see what I'm saying? But some people, if they like you, you can't do nothing wrong. You're infallible. You can walk on water. But if they don't like you, there's nothing that you can do is right. Nothing. They'll take away the moment that you signed a freaking $8 million contract, bro. They'll say, "Oh, the money ain't real." You feel me? Like, gosh, dang, bro. You don't like her because she did something else, or you don't like this person because they did something. Okay, but we questioning money. Like, if it's real, how would you know? We wouldn't know anyway. We wouldn't know. Like, I'm saying, like, if it's real, you're not gonna get confirmation. If it's fake, you're not gonna get a confirmation. So if it is fake, I'm talking about, like, you won't get a personal confirmation. Then if it is fake, they'll find out. Even if it's years later, just like, look at Kawhi. Look what Kawhi's going through right now. His money wasn't even fake. It's just the way he was getting it was illegitimate. And they found out. So they're going to find out, bro. People will look at this stuff. But for you to come out here, and I'm not you in general. I'm talking about in general, not you specifically. So but if you in general talk about, "Oh, this person got a lot," what are you basing it off of? I make videos, so go look at my comments. There's so many people saying it's fake. Nobody has told me why they think it's fake. They told me I'm dumb for believing it's real, but they don't tell me why they're smart for thinking it's fake. It's so easy to say what's wrong with something. You know what the hard part is? People don't get paid for making a problem. You get paid for solving a problem. Well, some people get paid for pointing out problems too. I guess like people that audit things, I guess technically, but still like they tell you how to correct it though. So you don't get paid for anybody can find a problem. Can you solve that motherfucker? You know what I'm saying? So you pointing out something is nothing, bro. It's you wasting your time. You're just a hater. You don't get paid to be a hater. Well, I guess some people
because they part of the problem.
Right.
These people is part of the problem.
Right.
They ain't part of the solution. They part of the problem.
Right. So I'm not saying you can't like. So I want to be very clear. I'm not saying that anybody's wrong because they don't like Clarissa Shields. Bro, there's people that I don't like, and I have my reasons. I'm not saying you have to like Clarissa Shields, but some stuff is just going a little overboard. I think.
But the funny thing about it is like I don't know what they mean by when they say, "Is it fake?" People gotta finish their sentences. They just can't be saying these wide open sentences. What do you mean? Is what fake? Is the $8 million fake? Is the contract fake? Like what you talking about? Because you just said it's fake. What's fake?
Thank you. That's my part. That's that part. That part.
Finish a sentence.
That part.
That's a half the sentence. Hey, you just said it's fake. What is fake?
What is fake?
The check
right.
Fake, the money fake. Like,
come on now.
fake?
The
what
signature fake is when
yeah,
when promotions. Not when promotions. Is when records a fake record company. You could track that. You could document. You could track that. It's documented. Is Salida Promotions a fake promotional company? I mean, you could audit them. Like what's fake? Or are you just saying Clarissa is fake? Because Salida Promotions, they have other promoters. They're a promoter. They have other fighters there, and according to them, they talked with MVP. They talked with Matchroom. Eddie Hearn has confirmed that. So what's the fake part? And the fake part is attached because you don't like her. That's like me saying, "Oh yeah, man,
you stupid because you can't finish the sentence. That's what it is. You dummy. You can't finish the sentence. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Because you ran with the narrative. You said it's fake, and y'all ran around the internet talking about, yo, it's fake, and just left it right there. You just left it there and said it's fake. You just left it there. What's fake?
That's it. They don't elaborate. They don't provide any further elaboration, bro. But my bad. I ain't even start the clock yet, bro. My fault. I just wanted to hear your thoughts on the Clarissa. My fault. I didn't mean to take your time, but keep going. Go whatever you want to talk about, man. It's on you. No. You're good. I'm saying you just now starting. That was me. That was my conversation. I just wanted to talk with you.
I want to talk about one thing. I want to talk about this 2-minute whatever that was inside that ring, that fiasco. I don't know what that was.
You talking about Lubin?
Yeah, but Lubin? No, I'm talking about after the fight. I'm talking about Boots.
Oh, Boots and Virgil. Okay.
This whole night, I'm telling you, this whole night. So, Doc, what I'm saying is this, Doc. If I'm trying to come to Florida to fight you, right? Because I'm hearing that you talking all this old smack and all that. Now, I ain't got to be in Florida, but I went in there and packed my bag, got my underwear, my deodorant, got my little chain, got my little girl, got a room, got way down in Texas. Coming to Florida to see you. And when I see you, you got to call me to you.
Wait, what you mean? Hold on, what you mean, bro?
Okay, let me break it down.
Wait, so you talking about because Virgil had to call Boots to him?
Yo, that was a son move. With the hand and the little finger. Come here, Boo. Oh, you see this? What the hell is going on here? Yo, Doc, did you see the little finger? He said, come here. I said, yo, what's going on?
Yo, this man, I can't with Oster, bro. I can't with this man, bro. This man Oster will make a story out of anything, bro. Shout out to Oster, man. Go ahead, bro. Keep cooking, bro. Keep cooking, bro. Come on, bro.
Look, Doc, you in the ring. Lubin been knocked out for about a minute and a half now, right? The crowd is in the ring. Why not in the ring, man? You supposed to be in the dude. You Jerome Boots in this. You can get in the ring. You can get in there. He ain't have to call you. And then when you get in the ring, you in the ring. That's the first little step. The second one, you start talking about money.
Mm-hmm.
We would bet money on a fight. How you gonna bet money on a fight? It's not even contracted yet. What are you talking about?
I'm with you on that.
Jerome, listen. If you don't know how to talk in public,
that's what I think it is.
Just stay out the public. Just stay out the public, Jerome, for real, man. Because your talk don't match your ability and all that. This is why you sitting over there with sunglasses and hoods and all that.
Yeah.
Yo, Jerome, man, listen, I think me personally, I think Virgil's son Boots and Boots went up there as a son. I don't know. He's talking about sign a contract. Where the contract? You the one came from Philly with your promoter. You supposed to have the contract. You should have had a fake piece of paper in your hand or something. Just had a little, when you get graduated, doctor, you need a fake little.
He should just like Clarissa got the fake check. He should have got the fake contract.
in your hand in an envelope or
To
something.
make it look
you know
good
what
with the pen. Should have had the pen and the
Yes,
fake
with the
contract.
we can't see what's on the paper. You know when you graduate, Doc. You know we done graduated 3 times. You
Facts.
know you graduate.
Yeah. It ain't in there. Right. They just give you the folder. It ain't in there.
You could have did that or something, man. You did that. You came down here for nothing, Jerome. I'm reading that. That was for nothing, man.
Hey, also,
Hey,
bro.
hey,
Hey,
Doc.
also got the energy, bro. Hey, hey,
Yo,
man, you
Doc,
funny
listen,
as
Doc.
hell,
Now
bro.
at the end, Doc, at the end, the killer. After Boot said all that shit for a minute and a half about money and fights and this and that, he said, "Can I get a yes? Can I get a yes, bro? Like you said everything but a yes. Can I get a yes?" He like sign a contract. We got to get a yes first, dog. You got to say something first before we do it. Yo, I don't know what's wrong with these people, Doc. I'm telling you, man, these people is crazy.
Hey, bro, shout out to Ulster, man. Hey, Ulster, you funny as hell, bro. You got me on this one, bro. You got me on this one. I don't know how you flip this one. You flip this one, boy. Hey,
Man, flip it, Doc.
I'm gonna tell. Okay, hold on. Let me breathe. Hold on. I'm gonna tell you this is okay. So I'm not trying to let me be very clear. I'm not trying to change your mind because you sound very, very convinced. So yeah. And shout to you. I never see this one coming. So I'm gonna tell you, at the risk of me sounding like a Boots fan or something like that, I think you said it. You got when you said that if you can't talk. I don't think Boots, and I'm gonna say this for Virgil too. I don't think that they're both that good at trash talking. Like I think that some people expected to see what Paulie Malignaggi and Adrian Broner was. Like both of them are trash talk extraordinaires. You know, they got the gift of gab. I don't see Boots like that. I see him as more of a. I don't want to say he's an introvert because I don't know him, and I don't want to say Virgil's an introvert either. But I do know that Virgil. What does he talk about? If you watch his interviews, he's like, "What do you do outside the box?" "Oh man, I'm reading Twilight." I go, "What?" "I'm reading Twilight with the vampires." Yeah, that's what he's reading. He's reading Twilight. He reads Harry Potter, and that's dope. I'm saying that's dope. But those are signs of somebody that isn't really that sociable. You know what I'm saying? Like an extrovert. That's kind of like signs of being. And same with Boots. Boots, from what I hear, I don't know. Again, I don't know. I'm just going off of interviews I see. He's like, yeah, I don't like to do anything. I like to go hoop, and then I like to be with my family. So I'm saying that maybe, you know, being in the bright lights and talking is probably uncomfortable for him. You know, like and so. That's what I would say with that. I would say that the trash talk wasn't that impressive or engaging because I don't think that either one of them are that good at that part. You see what I'm saying? You don't really even see them talk trash to their opponents like that. You know, they're very like, you know, Boots will say some stuff like, "Oh yeah, I'm about to put belt to ass" or whatever, but he don't really elaborate further than that. So that's what I would say. That's why that was a little awkward, I guess. And then I would also say when he when he waved him over, I do agree that okay, now this I don't know this, but like remember when Canelo was I think it was Jaime Munguia, or it could have been Edgar Berlanga. I believe it was Jaime Munguia, and Benavidez was there. Benavidez didn't get in the ring, and a lot of people blamed him for not going in the ring. I don't know. You might need permission. You know what I'm saying? So for example, like Canelo, there's certain people that can't even go to the press conferences because Canelo don't like them. You see what I'm saying? Like a legend, Juan Manuel Marquez, he can't even attend the press. He won't get in. And then I'm gonna give you another example. I remember when Terrence Crawford wanted to bring Canelo his belt because he wanted to give him back his belt. And if you watch that, the behind the scenes, they initially did not let him. And then if you notice, when Terrence Crawford went and brought it to him, he was by himself because they only let him. They didn't let Bomac, they didn't let Bernie or whoever else, his entourage, nothing. Not his wife, nothing. They only let him. So I don't think it's as easy as we think to just hop in the ring. You know what I'm saying? And remember when Daniel Dubois, when he did hop and he tried to talk trash to Usyk? Remember when Usyk beat who'd he beat? Was it Fury? No, it wasn't Fury.
Hey Doc, can I get a quick joke in real quick?
Go ahead.
They could have said that motherfucker ain't coming by Canelo again. You crazy. You over there.
They were trying to keep him. Hey, they were trying to keep Canelo safe. They were trying to keep Canelo safe, bro. Nah, don't do my boy like that, man. My boy Cinnamon ain't scared of nobody, man. No, come on, man. Don't do my boy like that, man. You know, don't do my boy Cinnamon. He got beat up. Don't do my boy like that. Now, my boy ain't no punk, man. But yeah, it was after Fury, right? Remember when Dubois went in there and he he was encouraged by Turkey and Frank Warren to go talk trash to Usyk to get the rematch. And then a lot of people like that Ade Oladipo goofball was like, "Oh, I can't believe Daniel Dubois tried to take Usyk's moment and be disrespectful." So it's like, that guy got in there at a time when some people didn't really want him to call them out. And then he got backlash for it. And then David Benavidez didn't make it in the ring. He got backlash for it. So the person that got in the ring got backlash. The person that didn't get in the ring got backlash. Now Gerard Boutin is in the ring. And now he get backlash because Virgil gave him the finger wave.
No,
Hey, you, hey,
come
you
on,
dead
Doc.
if you do, you dead if you don't, bro.
No, Doc, listen. Now I know that nobody can go in the ring. Like you
Okay,
gotta
okay.
be.
No, no. When I say,
say,
yeah, that's what I mean. I'm talking about like other boxers. I don't think all the time.
Yeah.
Like for example, even with Errol Spence, my bad to cut you off. But even remember when Errol Spence got in the ring with Fedora? I don't think I think he was invited. I don't think he just walked in there. You see what I'm saying? And it was a PBC event. Fedora's PBC fighter, Spencer's PBC fighter. I'm gonna be honest. If Terrence Crawford was there, I don't think they would have let Bud in the ring because he's not with PBC. You see what I'm saying? So I do think that there's politics there too. I don't think because I'm a big fighter like me, I'm fighting Kendrick and then Oster coming to challenge me. Oster's a big fighter, so you could just get in the ring. I don't think so. I think that that's a form of protecting your fighter too, because they don't want, like, say if I'm with PBC and you're with Top Rank and PBC doesn't have me fighting a Top Rank guy in their plans, the last thing they're gonna do is let you in the ring, because now it's gonna seem like I'm ducking you, just like what Virgil Ortiz and Jerome Butsinis is. You know, yeah. So I do think that, I don't think it's just up to the fighters, but I don't know that for sure. I could be wrong. But
no,
that's
but
what I think.
I know. Remember, they don't let people in the ring. They really don't. But if you certain names, like remember Shakur went in the ring with Dev. Remember Dev was talking, turned around and saying Shakur like he saw a ghost. Like how the hell did he get
Yeah. I remember that. Yep.
He looked back like where you come from, man?
Yep.
So we'll let him in here.
Yep.
But
I remember that.
What I'm saying is this: with this fiasco, that's why I call it a fiasco.
But man,
that's why you could be my manager, Doc, because you would have never let me do this. Because
No, sir.
first of all,
no sir.
you know I can't talk in the public.
Right.
I know he can't talk in the public.
Right.
So this is a dead match. This is a whole fiasco. So you come fly down here and you get in here and you can't get right for a minute and a half. You can't get tough talking for a minute, just 1 minute at least.
Come on, bro.
You telling me you can't talk tough for 1 minute?
Come on, bro.
Say anything right? But that's what I was saying. So
I'm with you though.
that was my whole point on that. I was just like, your Boots, come on, man. You did all this for nothing, man. We could have stayed in Philly, for real.
Now, I do have a question, though. I don't know if this is true. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Devin Haney, when Devin Haney hopped in the ring, sorry, when Shakur hopped in the ring, that was a top rank fight, right? Remember, Shakur.
When Dev fought, we fought Paul Dre's, right? That's who that beat Paul Dre's?
No. It was before that. I think it was after Lomachenko, Shakur hopped in the ring.
Yeah. It was back.
And then Shakur, and you gotta remember Shakur was on Top Rank, and that would have been a Top Rank fight. So that makes sense too, because Shakur was a Top Rank.
And this makes sense because this is the next fight. Both managers and everybody know that this is why they're here.
Man,
like they were supposed to.
Not Virgil's
they
manager.
both know.
The way Virgil manager, the way he acting, bro. Talking about Spence, man. Rick Merigian.
And they said Boots punk Virgil could look at his face. I said, to be honest with you, that's Virgil face every time I see him. He could be talking. Virgil is just a faceless dude. He's just the dude that just be sitting there just. Unless he's talking, only time I see Virgil talking with a smile, if he's just on an interview talking about some regular shit.
Yeah, talking about the books and stuff, Harry Potter books. I like Virgil though. I like Virgil. I like Virgil. I really do. I just don't like how they're moving in regards to Boots.
Yeah, I like Virgil too, but man, you can't deny that there was an energy shift when Boots went in the ring.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I understand he know that he went in there and did his thing against a bigger name, but that man, I don't know what I saw that night.
Come on,
but
now.
I know as out of shape as I am, them 3 minutes ain't gonna kick my butt to the point where I just go languish upon a rope and just let Ninja fire on me.
Man, hey, bro,
and hit
that's
me
a whole
with all
nother-
kind of haymakers.
You talking about the salmon?
You talking about the salmon? Or you still on that Crawford stuff? Nah, I'm talking about. I mean, hey, you much like Crawford, I'm gonna let you guys have your lifetime of jokes and celebrations, man. He did a hell of a job in that ring that night. He did.
No, I thought you was talking about Virgil and Lupin. I call Lupin the salmon.
Oh, you call him the salmon? I don't know why you call him the salmon, but that boy was against the fro. Like when the salmon jump out the water for the bears to snatch him, that's what he was doing. If you call him salmon, he was definitely there to get snatched.
No, you know what he did?
Wasn't there to fight.
Tom, you know what he did? He did what the Simons do when they ready to die. He came back to the pond and walked to the rope and said, knock me out right here.
Bro.
He backed up and said, send me out right here.
Yeah,
That's why I call him the salmon.
I'm not gonna lie, man. Like, I don't even like to go down those roads of somebody mailing it in or planning it, you know what I'm saying, or like just taking a dive. But man, if you was ever gonna have a conspiracy, bro, that's the fight to have one. I'll tell you that.
I swear to God, man, that's the fight to have one.
Man.
No, no,
Respect the
Doc,
gadget on that one.
real rap, bro. Cause like he was talking spicy to Boots.
Yeah.
Talking about he ain't never done nothing. He ain't never been to deep waters. And that Mickey Freaky didn't even step his toe in the pool, the shallow end, just to see how cold it was. That Mickey Freaky did a couple of minutes and then he just said, all right, it's time to check. It looked like that's what he did. Now I ain't gonna say he didn't get hit with some hot stuff because my man was throwing some vicious punches and he was doing some peels, some step to the side. He was doing some nice work up in there, but it was like you allowed that. How can you come at Boots and you allow a man to do this? Almost looked like you got paid to take a dive. Now, I'm not saying you did it. But
Right.
it could look that way.
Bro.
It's damn sure looking like that. I'll tell you, if he was in the 40s, the mob would be killing somebody right now because that was a dive. That was a dive, man. I'm telling you.
So this week, you fencing to be a rich nigga.
I'm telling you, bro. I don't know, man. He ain't even have. B-Dog says he ain't even have to win so long as he hung though. He was doing way too much talking to get done like that. That's what B-Dog says.
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing.
Too much
I'm gonna tell you
talking.
one thing. If we talking about that now, I gotta give him his props. I'm gonna give him his props now for somebody that was talking shit because Farmer was talking shit. He got knocked out before he got knocked out faster than he was talking his sentence. So when it come to that, man, listen, yo.
Hey, bro.
On the Farmer thing, bro. Hey, how you not trained for this dude? How you get in the ring thinking is he gonna be light work, man? It's still boxing nonetheless.
Yeah.
And you talking about where a punch can change the whole outcome of your life. Bro, you got relegated to the gateway, bro. You gatekeeper status.
Bro, Farmer was crazy, bro. Farmer was crazy with Schofield, man. That was crazy.
You know,
bro.
two gatekeepers don't even know it.
What's that?
Virgil and Boots. Those two gatekeepers don't even know it. They don't even know it. They promoters know it.
That's crazy. You said Boots a gatekeeper, bro?
Boots and
Virgil
are
of gatekeepers?
gatekeepers.
Yeah,
Yes.
you wild. Come on,
Gatekeepers.
bro. Come on.
You don't
bro.
think so,
I
Doc?
don't
Hell
I don't know
no,
what you're talking about now, dog.
Yeah, you wildin', bro. Come on, man.
God, man. I'm telling you, man.
I think Boots beats Virgil, but I think Virgil's good enough to be a champion too. I think he's good enough to be. I just don't know if he wants to be one.
Bingo. They came for the resume. We got two jobs open: the champion and gatekeepers. They choose the gatekeepers. But they ain't choose the champion. They damn sure ain't choose the champion. That's a fact. They ain't choose the champion.
Well, to be fair, Boots was. Remember, Boots was unified at 147 and the Ring Magazine
Yeah,
champion.
Boots is all right. Boots
Virgil's the one that never pursues champion, but I don't understand it, bro. But I do think that they're great fighters, though. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Thomas.
Absolutely great fighters. But yet and still, Boots is the one who everybody has their target on. Like, he's the one that's not fighting nobody. He's the one that's ducking smoke. The man literally tried to get fights at 47.
Yeah.
Man, I mean, what could he do? What could he do? So I mean, he went to hostile territory, got in the ring. Shout out for them letting him in the ring too. I got to give him his props.
Absolutely.
I fudged with everything, but the shift in energy, the change of energy in the ring, and also the back and forth talk about putting money on it and all this other stuff that I could have done without.
Yeah.
But when Oscar De La Hoya got the mic and that Mickey Freaky started staring around the damn question around the fight, dog, I was done. Man. And then he said, and like I said, I say this in everywhere I go. You know this for a fact, Doc. When there's three of them you see in the ring, which one you supposed to swing at?
Well, say again?
If you see three of the same people in the ring,
the one in the middle.
The one in the middle. This nigga framed it like this. I want to fight Boots. I love to fight Spence.
Come on now.
I love to fight Crawford.
Come on now.
That nigga not swinging at anything but the middle.
Yep.
Because that's the one that offers the least resistance in their mind to them. Now, I don't know if they get that fight because they got that PBC hurdle they got to, get over. And it's the last hurdle in the whole grueling 300 race. But they more so concerned about getting him a good look than getting him a great fight. Boots would be a great fight for him.
Right there.
Great test.
That's it right there.
Boots would be a great fight for everybody. Boots ain't gonna fight them. He'd be a great fight for everybody.
Thomas is cooked though. That was it. He cooked right there, man. They wanted to get him a great fight. Oh no, I hear you. Also, I was just the way he put that on a bow on it. I was just You know, shout out to Thomas. That was a good one. That's a fact.
But
Hey,
that's what I'm saying.
that's a Merry Christmas
Thomas,
to that they be looking to hit the big time, boy. If they could pick the right numbers and guess the right Powerball,
That's
boy, they
it.
would be hit.
That's
So-
it.
And
There's
that's
nothing
what
else to
they're
say.
gonna do.
There's nothing else to say
so
after that.
Boots issue. No, listen to this, Doc, real quick, right?
my
And
fault.
Thomas, this is just a thing that I say. If I was Boots manager, and maybe I'm crazy, but I'm telling you what I would do.
Mm.
For real. I would say the hell with 154.
For if you're Boots manager or
And I-
Virgil's?
If I was Boots,
Okay.
I go right to 160. If I was Boots, I go to 160 and I'll be gunning at Janibek or Adams. I'm telling you, Boots is good enough to do this. And if he get to 160 before Crawford get there, then we get back on the same trajectory with that. Because because Crawford, if he get there before Crawford, if he say, man, I'm going to 160 and try to fight a champion though, because we got to make a statement with
Yeah, I'm
Boots.
not
He's
mad at
35
that.
and 0. So now, if he get there, if he was to grab a belt before Crawford decided to come there, and he had 160 with a belt, this gonna bring a whole new ball game. Now we gonna see what's up, because Crawford got to come back. He's gonna come back. Now he got to pick. If Boots get there first, then we'll see if Crawford is ducking.
Yeah,
We'll see what division we'll see what division Crawford choose to pick coming back. Because he go 168, 160, or 154.
yeah.
We're really seeing if people really want to see it, that's a real move. Because 160 is open for Boots. Boots could damn near unify. He could damn near undispute 160. I believe so.
Only thing with that is go ahead, Thomas. I'm gonna respond.
No. By all means, go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say that the only thing with that is that I don't like, and on shout out to Andre Ward. It reminded me what you just said. Reminded me what Andre Ward said. Something similar, like Boots as 35 and 0 ain't fight no fighter we know yet, or something like that, or elite fighter yet. Something he said. But I'm gonna tell you why I don't like that though, because obviously Boots and Crawford, they're not on the. I don't think they dislike each other as much as people make it seem. I don't even think they dislike each other, but it seems like there's a rivalry there, or whatever, or a rivalry that we want, right? We desire a rivalry to be there. I think that I don't think they should fight unless the scenario that you just made up, right? That they're in the same division. But right now they're not in the same division. But the reason why I don't like what Andre Ward says that is because the reason why I think it's justified to say that against Virgil, because Virgil's not a champion. But when Andre Ward says that Boots is 35 and 0, we haven't seen him fight an elite guy yet, which might be true, but to make it seem like to say that in an effort to discredit Boots, how you gonna say that? And who's your best friend? Well, I don't know if they're best friends, but who's the guy you rode with? Terrence Crawford. They said the same exact thing about Terrence Crawford. They said Terrence Crawford ain't fight nobody until he fought. So it's like you doing the same thing to Boots what you complain people would do about Terrence Crawford.
Thank you, Jack. That's exactly what I was just about to say, on top of some other things.
Yeah.
But man, that's why I call them the collective. Him, Boots, Bud,
and Shakur,
Shields, and now you could
Shields
add
too.
Huh?
No, I agree. I say yep, Shields too. I just say yep, Shields too.
Yeah, Shields, and then Ray Ford, and I think it's one more other, along with a host of other people that are like behind the scenes that do a lot of commentary. They make up the collective, and their thing. But I'm not going to go into it, but just notice that their talking points are always the same. And they say that about other fighters when it can be applicable to the ones that they say are pound for pound greats.
Come on,
possibly the greatest ever. That's and people soak that up like it was sun and they needed some vitamin D. Like I don't understand that ish, man. I can't understand why people do that, because they don't rock with this dude or they don't rock with that company. That's not how I'm wired. If I see it, that's what it is. Yo, he don't want no parts of Boots. The same reason why Virgil don't want no parts of Boots, man. It's risky, and I'm trying to build something. The only way Boots ever gets that fight with him is if he do go to 160 or he do go to 175, and that cat got at least 3 of those belts, and he got 1, or he got all of those belts. He ain't gonna do no fight that's not gonna be beneficial to him monetarily if he ain't getting a whole lot of something shiny, like Shaka Zulu said. So he got to come with something shiny for that fight to ever pop off.
Shaka Zulu, yes sir.
He got to work.
He got to get paid. And I'm gonna tell you why. Before you tell me this one thing, he be the man that makes the most money in boxing.
Facts.
If I beat him, I need to make my money too.
Facts.
And that's what it's always been about.
Yep. I know. Well, I do know for a fact what you just said. This is a simple answer to that. You could just look at Boots and Virgil, and it's clear as day. Virgil could do nothing and be considered like he's a champion. Virgil get treated like he got belts.
Come on
I
now.
mean, whether people don't see it or not, he get treated like
No,
he got belts. For
absolutely,
real, for real.
absolutely. Bro, people are saying they.
So,
My bad, Chris. Go ahead.
Exactly.
My fault.
no, go ahead,
No. I wasn't trying to. No, I was just gonna add on because I was gonna say like even when they talk about he got to earn it, like he got to earn Virgil Ortiz. Boots got to earn it. Well, he has to earn what? He's never been a champion. But go ahead, Osa. My fault.
Tried to manipulate him as an A side on top of that.
Right, exactly.
A big draw.
Right, exactly.
but now you know what come in play because it comes in play, and nobody says it, but it comes in play. Is the reason because Virgil is not a Black American fighter.
Yep.
This is why they on Boots so hard and saying you got. That's why I'm on Boots like you got to do something because they're gonna press you because you're a Black American fighter. They ain't press. They treat Virgil like he got belts.
Yep.
They really treat him like he got belts. They talk about him, this next Mexican pride. They waiting for him to be it, but he ain't doing it. He's not doing what Canelo did. He's just not. You know what I mean? He's just not.
Damn, I mean, and he brown American too. Boots Black American. He's brown American. Yeah, it's not even. I mean, he is. You know, of course, he's Mexican American specifically, but it's not like he's fully Mexican. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, you're right. Yeah, it's like he has to. It's like he has to do. We're okay with him doing less. But we're demanding we're demanding more from the person doing more, and it's like we're demanding even less of the person that's already doing less.
Exactly.
Hey, but you know, this I have a problem with that.
The person that's doing less don't have to do more.
Nope.
The one that's doing more got to do more to fight the one that's doing less.
Yep.
And we've been going through this shenanigan for a minute now. Like this name, I call it style matching. You know, people match styles before they match fights.
Yep.
I think people get it mixed up. They get skills and styles mixed up, but they get athleticism with skills mixed up. They get it mixed up. They be thinking because you're so athletic, you got a lot of skills. Or if you got a lot of skills, you athletic. That's just not true. It's just not true. It ain't make no sense to go through all that. Go to a gym. Anybody ever played any kind of sports? Go to a gym. You'll see what you're skillful at, and you'll see what you athletic at. Some people say, I can't play soccer, right? But somebody athletic can play all sports. Somebody that's skilled at soccer don't mean he can play basketball, though.
That's facts. That's true.
No, that's absolute facts. No. Everything I've ever heard from you, bro, that was the clearest thing that you said that actually is spot on. That's a ding, ding, ding moment. I'm gonna say this though.
Ding.
The only problem I have with what you said is that Boots, you be hard on him because he got to do more because more is expected. You remember back in the days when they had the old busted down water fountain and the other people had, you know, that real good pristine faucet water. You know, we would have to drink out of the rusted water and they get to drink the cold, clear, crisp water. Or, you know, they had the right to go to any bathroom or stuff like that. Meanwhile, if there was an outhouse available, you could use that, but you could not be available or accessible to go into the restroom right there. Likewise, if we had war or something, it was considered tainted. That's what we're doing by saying it's cool for him to do this, but Boots got to do so much more.
Yep.
Nah.
And it's not even just Boots. It's history. You know what I'm saying? It's like so I'm glad you brought it back because it's perfect. It's happened throughout history. It's not even just like a Boots thing or a boxing thing. And I'm so glad you brought in other sports. It's not just a, you know what I'm saying? It's history. You know what's so funny? You know what's so funny, man? You know why to this day, and this is off topic, but it's just because I was just thinking about like basketball, but to this day I never really care for Ja Morant because he used to get on my nerves that he would get highlights off of missed dunks. It's not his fault. It's really not his fault. But it's just like that just used to get on my nerves. But it's like, bro, it's really, bro, we that thirsty for a dunker that we giving brother highlights off of missed dunks, and that's how it's different. But it just remind me of that. You know, before you used to be able to get in order for you to get a highlight dunk, you had to actually dunk it. Now you could just pretend like you jumping.
Yeah, no, that was bloopers. At the end of the year,
That's like
they would highlight that as bloopers.
Right, exactly. It used to be Shaq to the Fool. It used to be Shaq to the Fool. Now these are top one plays for a dunk that almost happened. Like, get out of here, bro. That used to get on my nerves. That used to get on my nerves, bro. Yeah.
You see how
That's
that
like
works?
somebody winning. Yeah,
Giving
that's
you
like you
that
winning the
look.
dunk.
Go ahead, Oster. Go ahead. You got it, bro.
No, I said that's like you winning a dunk contest and you missing the dunks.
Facts.
They look good, but you missing them though.
What about the Superman dunk where it wasn't even a dunk, but he got a 50 on that bad boy? He threw that bad boy
Oh,
at the
threw
back
that
of the
joint
rim
in?
and it went in, dog. Yeah, dog. I was like, that ain't no dunk, dog. I don't care how fly it looked. It wasn't no dunk. It ain't meet the criteria.
Yeah.
Who was the king of that? Who was the king of that? And they called him the Duncan. They called him.
Hey,
the
chill
Duncan
out,
master.
man. Blake Griffin used to be. Hey, man, chill out, man. He's
Blake
hey.
Griffin, thank
Come
you.
on,
He
bro.
was the
Chill,
king
bro.
of the-
Chill, bro. Blake Griffin used to go crazy though, man. He used to
Pass
go
like a
crazy
mug,
thow,
Blake.
For real. He'll have his knee. His knee will be on your shoulder, bro. Come on, chill out, bro. His knee will be on your shoulder, bro. Blake Griffin
Only
used to go
thing
crazy.
I'll ever say over Blake Griffin is the one time Deontay Wilder caught. I mean,
Deontay
what's his
Jordan.
name?
Jordan.
Jordan caught that dang lob and dunked all over my
Oh,
man.
my
Ended
Lord.
his life.
Oh my Lord.
Man, I said, goodness gracious, they said, dude, dirty on that.
Oh,
But I'm
my
gonna say
goodness.
this: what you said about Ja Morant is what we have today taking place right before our eyes with these boxers. How they'll give you a look. And because you didn't like the way that look is, they'll just pile on top of it. So now that you didn't like that look, now we're gonna give you some stuff that he do, or you think he do, or say he do, and you're gonna ride with it more so now because you didn't like the look that you first saw. So like when he was missing them dunks, but they was giving you highlights.
Come on
like,
now.
why we giving him like for him missing dunks. But now you add in the fact that he's carrying pieces on him. He's doing this and this and that. Now it makes it even. See, that's why I didn't like this Mickey Freaky. I told you he was no
Yeah,
good.
man.
And it leads me to my point to what I said. Jake Paul. This Mickey Freaky, I'm gonna say Jake Paul because another person had something to come in on it too, and luckily another person did not. But I'm still bringing him in it too.
Right.
Jake Paul called somebody vile. The same person weeks prior he said he respected him, everything about him, and he called him vile because of him quote unquote putting his hands on a woman. Jake Paul got 3 suits putting hands on women and doing even more.
Come on now.
I'm
Talk
talking
to
about
him.
your favorite flavor.
Talk to him.
Your favorite flavor of Kool-Aid, grape. He been graping folks as the court documents say.
Yeah,
And he got
2021.
the nerve.
Come on now.
Yeah. Talk about it. Talk about it, Doc. And he got the nerve to point a finger at him and say this is why it is. That's not why you did anything you did. You was looking for a way out and you found one somehow, some way. But I'm not gonna even give him any light there. What about Dana White? Dana White out there
Come on now.
public television
On camera.
smacking his woman.
On camera. His
Got a
wife
big
too.
old cherry on the Yep.
Come on now.
Right
Come on
in,
now.
right in the view. People looking did absolutely nothing. Said, "Oh, he's great for the sport. He's great for this."
Come on
Oh,
now.
yeah,
And
he's
he's
gonna usher in the
remember
music.
UFC got to deal with ESPN, which is Disney too. He's slapping folks and sticking with Disney. Come on now. But I want to say this though before when I brought up the basketball thing, I was gonna go, it made me think of the John Morant. But what I was saying, I didn't finish my thought to tie it in with the different complexions having different protections. Unfortunately, we don't want to stick on that. That's not it. That's not the only thing, but it is applicable with Boots and Virgils. But the basketball situation I was gonna say is like what they say about James Harden, like, oh, you can never win like that. And to me, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all, don't you think James Harden plays just like Luka Doncic? I don't like James Harden's gameplay is predicated off of fouls, and to me, Luka Doncic's game is predicated off of fouls. So I don't like it. That's the thing. I'm very consistent, and at least I feel like I am, right? And so I notice when people aren't, because I remember James Harden, he would get. Like, at first, he'll get celebrated, right? You got a couple of MVPs and stuff like that. But they would say you can't win the championship like that. But you'll never hear that championship that you can't win talk with Luka Doncic. To me, they have not the exact same game. I think that Harden probably dishes out a little bit more. He's a little bit more of a playmaker. But Luka Doncic is also a very good playmaker. They're both very good scorers. I don't like neither one of their games because I think that is predicated off of the referee and getting calls. But that's what I was saying, the difference there to tie back into the Boots and Virgil stuff. Want people to do more. Yeah, I think that I don't understand how Luke can get so much praise and having this very similar style that James Harden has, and James Harden would get so much hate for it. And I'm a person that I didn't like James Harden's style, to be very clear. But I also don't really care for Luka Doncic's style either. But Luka doing his thing right now though. I think he's leading the league in scoring. He balling. But go ahead though. My bad, Tom.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to finish my thought on that. I went to the John Morant thing and I forgot to tie it in. What I was saying.
Yeah. The funny thing, Doc, is that it's See, this is the thing. It's all we just said it. It's in all sports. Now,
Mm-hmm.
like Thomas just said, like he said, Dana White, right? We know Dana White is doing what he's doing with his little chicks, putting his hands on them and doing all that stuff. Paul, he got his thing. You can name about 10 more white people, or you can name 10 people other than black. Now let's name some of the black people who went to jail and they was innocent. You can name Floyd Mayweather, Tyson, people like this that was accused. They just get because it's just the way it is. That's why we
That's
meant
just
to
the way
do more,
it is.
because we superior and they know that. You got to keep us down in order for us not to win. Because once you put us in anything, we're going to win it. I don't care. We never knew nothing about it. It don't matter. It's just built in the genes. It's
I just
literally
think
built
that,
in the genes. You know what I mean?
I think like oh yeah, go ahead. And then I want to
Can I
respond.
win just a little bit more time so I can finish what I was saying?
Yeah,
too,
go ahead,
Flav?
bro. And I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna slide in like I'm gonna slide when you done, Thomas.
Oh no, you definitely gonna slide, bro. I'm gonna say that.
Take your time
You
though.
made an excellent point. No, we gonna be quick because you got to.
No,
slide, bro.
take your time. No, take your time, bro. No rush.
Okay, we gonna be quick because you gotta slide. No, but seriously, man, that point is definitely apropos, dog. It is the same essential game, and they do make a lot of their bones off of the free throw line and getting calls that sometimes they ain't even really calls.
Come on now.
And I don't know why it's talked about in that fashion for one player, but not particularly for the other. And the only difference is one happens to be a different complexion than the other. That can be the same all over the place for all sports. But what I was gonna finish with the thing, that was just people who are promoters who do this stuff. They're fighters too. And people rock with these fighters who are caught on tape, literally caught on tape, beating on worlds. And they still get love. They ain't not one person said anything about them. When it happened, it wasn't much hoopla. We got speculation. We got a nigga saying, "Oh, I seen the video.
I seen
We
it.
ain't seen the damn police report.
I
We
seen
ain't even
it.
seen the video yet." In a day and age where people grow famous or go viral because they saw a celebrity, this nigga is a celebrity, and he's a Dominion one that's light skinned with things. You know him because people know him. You would have had the phone out right there. Then he's going up there and snatching somebody by their throat off of a pole and dragging them to the kitchen. And nobody's on the phone showing that. They would be the first.
You say he snatched him by the throat off the pole?
Hey, you know how people, when they want the worst of them, they say the worst, man. That's what I heard. I heard snatched the old girl by the throat, dragged her to the back.
Damn.
Dragged her like they drugged my man Bird and the Midnight Falcons up that dang that balcony. Through the kitchen, through the back door, where there's cameras all over the place. This place make bread, so you know the cameras are state of the art, and we ain't got not one photo. We ain't got not one video. No nigga with an iPhone or any kind of camera phone ain't caught that, and we ain't got a police report. This is gonna blow away, and he's still gonna be guilty as charged.
That's crazy.
Because he missed a damn dunk, and they gave him freaking time.
Bro, Thomas, bro, they tried to throw me out to this guy trying to pick up $1 of the dollars I threw. And they got people getting snatched off the pole by the throat. Getting snatched off the pole by the throat. Come on, man. You know I'm out here in Florida, man.
Who's supposed to do that?
I tried to pick up $1 off the floor. I said, hold on, ain't nobody gonna see. They trying to toss me out. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Hey, no. What did they say did that?
They said Tank did that.
Oh,
At
word.
Tootsie's.
Yeah,
At Tootsie's, man. You know, just to get a bottle of wine or something like that, dog, it's like $4,500.
Yeah.
Them niggas is charging $4,500 for a cupcake.
Yeah, they be
some piece
taxing.
of meat, protein, and some bottle of wine. Oh, and a lovely lady on your table or something like that.
Hey.
And they ain't got no camera.
Drink. Do Tank drink?
By reservation, bro. You got to be there by reservation. You just can't show up, dog, and get that type of deal. You can come in there and chat, but if you come in there for too long, they ain't got no drink minimums, dog. You better get you a what's her name?
We took that in Florida.
Yeah, Miami.
In Miami?
Yeah.
So you telling me they said that Tank went inside this club, Gervonta Tank Davis, the champ. He went inside the club. So he must have went in there with what he had on. He had a disguise on. But everybody don't understand.
I don't know. I'm sorry. God forgive me. I shouldn't be laughing at the situation. Well, it's
No,
funny.
I'm
It's
just
funny.
saying,
Yeah, I
man.
should be.
I'm making sense of it,
I'm
Doc,
not
because
laughing at the
unless
situation. I'm just laughing at my brothers the way they kicking it, man. I mean, you're
I'm
right.
saying in order for him to go in there and do all that, he had to have a disguise on. Because I'm quite sure everybody in Miami know Tank. I'm quite sure. I'm just quite sure. You get what I'm saying? So to run up on him and snatch off the pole, damn.
By the
A
throat.
couple
That's
of
deep.
domestic disputes
That's deep.
shut it. Everybody
That's
know
deep.
Tank out there for sure.
That's
You
deep.
know, he been on news a time or two out that way, dog. They know
he-
That's
Tank.
not
Hey,
domestic.
he went in there just like Ryan Garcia, bro. That's why he got off, bro.
You understand? That's not domestic, Doc.
Man.
That's a crime.
He
What
was
you
just
talking
like
about? That's a crime.
Dana White.
That's not
So
domestic.
they recorded because he was just like Dana White. They thought it was Dana White, man. They didn't want no
Yo,
evidence,
Doc, I
man.
told you about these words, Doc. That ain't domestic.
That ain't
Domestic is you and your girl. That's you and your girl.
Yeah.
If he went up on a pole and grabbed a girl, that's a crime. That's a crime.
That's a crime.
It's
That's
supposed to be
not
Hey,
domestic.
Hey, Tank, he
That's
said
a
that's
crime.
a crime. That ain't domestic. That's international. That's an international offense.
Yeah, Doc, if you smack your girl, that's domestic. If you smack her friend, that's a crime.
Hey,
She ain't had nothing to do with her. That's domestic. You
Yeah.
like her friend.
but
Hey,
like Jock
yo.
said, dog,
Bro, y'all,
They
hey, man, y'all
played-
gotta stop,
they-
man. Y'all
they
making me cry,
played,
bro.
they played a highlight of Tank missing a goddamn punch. What? And he got more play than a Mickey Freaky landing a punch and knocking
Hey.
a Mickey Freaky all out.
You see how you brought
That's
it
why I
around?
tied it into what you said, baby boy.
Facts. I
because
like how you did that.
one bad look,
Oh,
and then the
man.
rest of the stuff that happens to come along, because he did hit somebody in the run. That's not cool. He did take a girl and snatch her out the arena and do it kind of forcibly. That's not cool. But not one time is he on camera.
Damn.
Like a Mickey Freaky Jake Paul, like a Mickey Freaky Dana White,
Hey, he a
like
smooth
a
criminal,
Mickey
man.
Freaky Shakur Stevenson.
He a
But
smooth
Tony, you
criminal.
gotta remember,
Oh,
if you-
Shakur. Yeah, I forgot about
women.
that. I will forget. And see, but I do want to say, all jokes aside, before we get like this, I want to say because it's just too funny. But I do want to say it's always hard because, like Thomas said, like Osa said too, and it's just always hard to. We're not defending Tank. No one's defending Tank or what's alleged, right? No one's. I don't think anybody is, and correct me if I'm wrong, fellas. But none of us are defending it. But we're just saying that it needs to be justice. Everybody needs to be held accountable, not just certain people. So that's what we're just saying, that everybody deserves justice. Everybody deserves to be equally punished, equally reprimanded. You know what I'm saying? And equally called out for their transgressions and their missteps. It's not that we ignore some and then slap some on the wrist
Brady.
and then give somebody yeah, it's like and like I said, it's just throughout. I remember I was talking to this a long while ago, and I'm gonna give it back to you, Thomas, my bad, and Oster. But it was like, even rest in peace Kobe Bryant on the desk, right? This man has passed away for how long now, right? And people still talk about his allegations that he had posthumously, right? With the girl in Colorado, like my brother said, grape, right? With like, yeah, that he had those allegations. And and I'm not saying that they settled whatever, but it's the fact that people still bring it up and hold it against him. And I'm not saying they shouldn't, but I've never heard, and I don't watch football anymore, but I've never heard anybody say anything about Ben Roethlisberger's, Big Ben's. He had 2 grape allegations, like grape, like the fruit, you know what I'm saying? Just like Kobe's, and he's alive and he was still playing.
Brady.
Come on now.
And Brady.
Right. And nobody said it. And I'm not saying, well, what I'm saying is that I think if it's going to be wrong, it's wrong, if whether it's allegations or not, but we should hold everybody accountable to the same, hold everybody to the same standard, hold everybody accountable for their actions or their alleged actions. And that's what we're saying. So it's always hard to plant your flag on mistreatment when the mistreatment flag and the fairness flag is based on somebody doing a crime against somebody. But we're not saying it to defend Tank if what he did is true, which let's be fair too. It probably is. It may not be true to the extent what they're saying, but because of the history, you got to assume that it's probably true. And I'm just coming from a Tank fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if it's true. It probably not true too. Like I said, it don't matter what I think, but just given the history, we are gonna lean towards maybe it's a strong possibility that something happened that wasn't good. I'm not gonna say to what extent, but we're not saying that he shouldn't be held accountable. We're saying that there's been other people that have had equally or not more serious and more situations where more excessive violence was used, excessive force was used, and they had less punishment and less, you know, it didn't stick with them as much as it sticks with others. That's what we're saying. We're not saying that we're not defending that action. I'm just laughing. I'm not making light of it. I'm just laughing because my brother say they talk about she got snatched by the throat off the pole. God.
Yeah, but you know, Doc. Hey, Doc. You know the funny thing? You shouldn't have to give a disclaimer about
you're
what
right.
we're talking about.
You're right. I shouldn't.
People should understand what we talking about. Listen, because what we talking about is whether you guilty or innocent. We're not even talking about the act. We talking about the perception from people to see. Like, that's what we talking about. Forget what you did. You gonna have to handle that with you and God in the court. That's that's your business.
Talk to him.
That's a fact. That's your business. You got to deal with that. But we talking about in a big group setting, we all seem like this compared to this, and the same thing is going on over here, and it's going on over here with pictures and videos and everything, and they ain't getting half of what the people who ain't got videos.
Come on now.
They ain't got nothing. I mean, that's how it is. We like I say, those cameras is cool in court, but cameras don't work for black people in court. That's just a fact. It just don't work for black people in court. They work against black people, but not for them.
Not for them.
And I know Mr. Unity. I know Mr. Unity came in here, KD the Great.
This man always trying to come in with the buzzer beater, man. Trying to keep me on for a whole nother hour, man. I'm not going. I'm not going. No, I'm talking about Kendrick. Not you, Thomas. I'm talking about Kendrick.
If I saw you,
I got a little
at
piece.
an event, at a boxing event, and I seen you forcibly drag a missus out the ring.
We're gonna rebuke that in the name of Jesus, but I get it for the hypothetical example. Go ahead. Proceed.
Hypothetically.
Yeah.
We don't rebuke it. I feel you on that. I'm not trying to put it on you.
I got you.
Then I hear some other stuff about you and women, and it's not in a favorable light. I never see it on video. And then somebody else says something else again and says, oh, he went over there and he took this woman by the throat off the platform and drug her out the back way in front of sight of folk.
Through the kitchen.
And we ain't got no video. I'm supposed to condemn you as guilty because
Come on
of your
now.
past.
That's not fair.
And I can't see that for that same energy for a Dana White. Literally on camera, backhanding his wife.
With the backhand.
Shakur Stevenson on camera at the fair. Bing, 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 hitting her with the 3-piece combo over there at the carnival because she said something that was foul to him.
Had him in there like fight back.
Man, bottom line is there was a brother that played for the Seattle Seahawks. Beat this girl almost to death. I don't know. I think she might have passed away. I know she was beaten to death. It was at the same time that they had Ray Rice in the elevator.
Yeah. I remember you talking about.
Remember that shit?
That boy got no press. They had to finally, because they was like, well, this brother did this to his girlfriend or his wife or whatever she was, and she almost died. If not, she did. And he's still playing. Y'all over here got this dude over here fighting for his life.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It was like a white brother with like a lineman, and his girlfriend was like a black girl, right?
He was mixed, but
his girlfriend was black. Yeah, I remember that. Because that's back when I was watching football. I didn't stop watching football until after the Colin Kaepernick stuff. But yeah, that was back when I remember that. You're right. I remember that.
Because I don't watch football no more because of that Kaepernick situation at all. My team won Super Bowls, and I still ain't celebrated.
Come on now.
That's real rap. Nah, but that's all I want to say. I'll let KD do his thing, man. I'm gonna let you slide afterwards too. But I just wanted to get that off. That it's not cool that because of a missed dunk, I got this certain feeling about this person, and then everything else I hear about him is bad. So it correlates, and I say, you know what? He that dude. He just that dastardly type of individual. Meanwhile, I got visual proof of somebody else doing it. And they good as they right as rain. I'm sorry. I just don't get down like that.
Come on now. Smoochie said Jonathan Majors only got caught on camera running.
Running.
Look how they do it. Hey, Jonathan Majors, man. Hey, Jonathan Majors, funny, bro. What Cat Williams say? Cat Williams say they try to convince us that this dude is handsome. I said, nah, bro. I said, bro, you can't let people catch strays like that, bro. He said they tried to convince us that this dude was handsome. Put him on magazines and all that, whatever Cat Williams said, bro. Go ahead, Kendrick. What up, bro? My bad. Oh, so you had something before Kendrick go? Okay, no, go ahead. Ain't nothing much, Kendrick. How you doing, man? Appreciate you pulling up, man. What's popping, bro?
Hey, I think I had an issue with some of the stuff that was being talked about.
Okay.
Even though I agree with some of the stuff too.
Yes, sir.
I think we got to make sure that when we have these conversations is important, because to me, this Tank situation is dead to rights. Like it's it don't even make sense. Like having this discussion about, oh, Jake Paul got accused of this and that and the third,
Right.
because technically, if you do your research, Jake Paul ain't settled on nothing. Those cases ain't ongoing. They were just accusations.
Mm-hmm.
So how we gonna hold the man to something where he was never actually, there was no evidence presented,
Mm.
right? Another issue with, like, and I agree with Thomas on, is we see people who do stuff,
Mm-hmm.
we see it in our face, and we turn a blind eye, and then when the accusations come for somebody else who we may just not like,
Come on now.
we just tend to believe it.
Yep.
But here's the problem with that. That same thing goes with Tank.
Yep.
Because we've seen it with our own eyes. He's done it in public. And then a lot of people, a lot of his fans, including myself, have kind of like, you know what? He was young. He'll get over it. But then what happens? He continued. The behaviors seem to continue. And sometimes increase in frequency.
Mm.
So it's important to not only look at it from the other side, but we got to look at our people too and hold them accountable, because that's what's fucking us up too.
Mm-hmm. Now I do have a question for clarity, because I did not check it out. What's the I thought you said that he was not settled with Jake Paul? That case was, it was not settled.
No settlements,
Oh,
nothing like
okay. I
that.
thought it was a
Three
settlement.
cases,
Okay.
3 accusations in 2021. Obviously, you know what era that was.
Right.
And yeah,
I thought one was
there's
settled. Okay,
nothing
my
that I
fault.
saw.
No, you're probably
But
right.
KD,
I thought I didn't look into it, so I know you. I'll take your word for it.
AKD, you know what's the thing
Yep.
though? You know what's the thing though? The thing is that I understand what you're saying about the accusations and all that. But I leave that for court. That's a court job. We was
Yeah,
talking
fact.
about the presence. Like if that was me, somebody that's up there. Give me a little name that's up there, black, that's up there, like in the sports. Say if that was
Kevin Durant.
Let's let LeBron.
Oh, LeBron.
Kevin
KD,
Durant.
yeah.
Say if it was Kevin Durant that got accused. And no, like the same thing with Jake Paul. That's what me and Doc was talking about. It would be a completely Kevin Durant won't get no contracts. He'd be done.
Yeah, and
He
someone
could've
brought
walked
up
out there
a
unscathed.
Josh Giddey situation too. I think it was Z Pacino. I remember that too.
That was
that was kind of crazy.
that was
That's what we talking about. We talking about the perception of how how other people, how other shades of color
But I like
can do certain things.
Right, but I like
what I mean?
what Kendrick
But I
is
agree
saying
with
too,
you.
because
I agree
I
with you
don't
on
think
that.
he's disagreeing. Yeah, I don't think he's disagreeing. I just think, again, like I said, I don't want it. But I'm glad Kendrick said that because of what I said earlier. I'm glad I said what I said earlier too, because what Kendrick is saying, that sometimes, or how I'm taking it, Kendrick, correct me if I'm wrong, but like I think sometimes I think we put too much emphasis on, oh, they do it too, then just do the right thing. You know what I'm saying? We always want to make sure that we emphasize you should always do the right thing, to avoid these things. But I do think part of the conversation also should be the accountability everywhere. But I don't want to I don't want to be one of those that saying, oh, because I hate that too. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate, but I don't like that either. It's like for example, like if I say, oh, well, this person did something wrong. Oh, okay, let's keep it boxing, right? If I say, oh, well, Tank weight drained Leo Santa Cruz. They'd be like, oh, well, this person weight drained this person too. It's like, yeah, it doesn't mean that it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened before, but it means that it shouldn't happen. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I do feel like we get caught up in saying that just because something that is wrong happened before, that it's almost okay. And maybe the weight drain wasn't a good. I would just use that to just be a more lighthearted example. But that's all.
That
That's
was a
what
good
I'm saying.
example.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
that was a good example.
Yeah, so I'm saying, like, sometimes we don't. Yeah, we just gotta. I think the main point is that we should always do what's right. But if something wrong happens, then yeah, I do think that it's important to also make sure. So what I'm saying is we should be loud at the moment that transpires, instead of saying, oh, well, this person did this too in the past and they didn't get in
Exactly.
trouble. Like, so you know what I'm saying? So maybe we should have been, and maybe I'm responsible for that too. Maybe I should have been louder. I don't think I was streaming boxing yet, but maybe I was. But anyway, I should have been louder when Dana White slapped his wife. Oh, that's not funny. When he slapped his wife, you know what I'm saying? I should have been louder when, I don't know, Josh Giddey did his stuff. You know what I'm saying? I should be loud. You know what I'm saying? So
That's the thing,
See, but
Doc. It's like we're not mad that they're getting held accountable. We're mad because we got caught with our hand in the cookie jar, right?
right.
So then that kind of just becomes almost hypocritical in a sense because you're mad that fingers are being pointed at you, so you decide to point fingers too.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
and
it's a typical.
make,
It's a,
make
it's,
no mistake. Go ahead, Austin. Go ahead. You got it.
no,
Bro.
get.
Nah, bro. Go ahead, bro.
No, get. You good? You good?
Where do y'all go, guys? Dang it.
I'm just gonna say, man, if my man did what he said, and unfortunately there was no cameras around or no cameras capturing inside
There's
that.
cameras there, trust me.
Yeah, and nobody with phones with cameras that would catch a celebrity doing some wild stuff like that. And he actually did do it. Fighting ain't gonna be on his resume for a very long time. That is a violation. It is a crime, and he has broken that probation. Yeah, my man gonna be doing some serious time. He gonna get the chance to get his life all the way together.
Now,
So,
I do have a
Thomas,
question.
you
Before you go, also real quick, I had a question for
Yeah,
Thomas,
yeah.
real quick. Didn't they say they do have a video though? Thomas, I haven't seen it. Oh, Jake Paul. Okay, that's what I heard. Yeah, Jake. It was Jake Paul. Yeah, right.
Video.
Right.
The only video he saw was the stuff they recorded while he was getting that spar
Arrested.
work by Shakur and the rest of them little boys, and they was putting hands on him. That's the only thing he saw.
Okay.
I
I don't look into it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't really look into like like even with the Ryan Garcia vandalism thing. I don't really look at like I know about it, but if it ain't really much about boxing, I tend to stay out of it. But so I ain't really look into it too much. But I probably should look into it though, just to know.
I really don't care about the thing. First of all, I don't be believing none of that shit today. You got to like show me all that. Everybody did all this stuff, and you got things like Thomas said. You got things that don't even need to be on camera. It's on camera. So I know you're gonna film somebody like Tank. So
Yeah, that is odd. That is odd though. If they don't,
if there is videos somewhere, believe me, if it's video somewhere. If Tank would have did that, you know how many podcasters would be paying out for the video right now? You know how many times this video would be pumping right now? That'd be money. Because now you gotta understand, like people got like in a court, you got a history of things that you do. And some things people believe, some things people don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Some things people believe and some people don't. So if it was his first rodeo, if it was Tank's first rodeo, then it would happen like the first one happened. It would have went and went past. You can't typically do something that you actually doing, or you can't do something that people will keep accusing you of doing, and you in the same area.
Right.
Because you just defaultly guilty. You guilt by default.
Yeah.
You got me say I tell you it's about perception.
Yeah, no, you're right.
It's about perception. So when you got to understand, before all this stuff, Tank, you doing a lot of stuff out here, such. All that people, we talking about dumb people. We're not talking about educated motherfuckers. You know what I mean? You ain't got to get them enough. And now Tank he ain't even accused yet. I don't know if he went to court or if he got a bail or if he got bailed out. I don't know none of that because none of that is
It's a
out there.
criminal investigation and a lawsuit, a civil lawsuit.
Now,
Oster said, what you say? Oster said, if it's your girl, it's domestic, but if it's somebody else, it's
that's a crime. That's a fact.
Oster be having me rolling, bro. That joke is funny. Now, shout out to Oster, man.
Funny. But I will say, KD, I appreciate the context. I don't know if we made it clear, but if Tank definitely did that, he definitely deserves to pay.
Absolutely.
Anybody.
Absolutely.
It's just that we were talking about how Virgil Ortiz has this rite of passage to do whatever he wants, demand every he wants. But Boots, who by all intents and purposes have done more in his career, has to prove himself to do more. And it be like that for everything. And like it just tied into the point that Doc made when he said, I really don't rock with Ja Morant because they showed him missing dunks. So like, that's not a highlight. That's a blooper.
Highlight, bro.
And then ever since then, everything that you hear on it just adds and piles on to see. That's why I don't like that ninja. I
Yeah.
told you that ninja was no good. And that's what they do to certain individuals and they excuse others. Just like you said, Ray Rice was in the elevator, caught on cam doing what he did. This dude had old girl fighting for life. I think she made it. But if she didn't nobody know nothing. Like
Oh
you
man.
said, Roethlisberger over there graping fools like it's grape season, like he trying to pick for
Mm-hmm.
wine, and he's still one of the people that they want to advocate for. But we
Yep.
pick and choose who we
Yeah.
gonna do that for, man. It gotta be it gotta be consistent.
Yep.
Gotta be same. And
That's it right there,
Dana
Tom.
White
That's
out
a
there
consistent.
smacking women.
Yep.
My man backhanded her with a Super Bowl ring, left a big old scar on her.
Hey, Super Bowl 44 on the forehead. Hey, but this is the thing. Like, I think that, I think it's a good point. It's a good conversation. And I'm glad you brought it back, Thomas, because that's exactly how we got into it. Just for the unfair treatment. Started off with boxing, then we went down, the more serious topics. And I like I said, I don't think that is. I think that's fully accurate. And unfortunately, it's accurate, and I think it is something that we are going to see is going to be more and more prevalent, man. Especially with the administration right now. I think I don't know how much longer. We'll see how stuff goes, but I do think that I agree with what Kendrick is saying. But at the same time, and I would say this too, though, to add to that, sometimes we don't pay attention because it's not that we don't pay attention, but we're like, okay, I see that. We're going to see how, and sometimes we store it in the back of our mind. And like when something else happens and we see the unfair treatment, so the different responses, I should say, to whether it's a crime, whatever the initial action was, then we'd be like, hold on, man, that's kind of funny. It's like even with Janibek, right, with the weight bullying stuff, it's like, I'm not saying it's because it could be, I think, to be fair, and Janibek, I'm not defending Janibek, but to be fair, though, from my perspective, I think it's because he's not really known like that. Like, I think that has something to do with it, too, in addition to him not being American and him being from Kazakhstan or whatever. But, when you miss weight, I do think that no one knew Andre Mikhailovich anyway. But the point is that if he misses weight and somebody else misses weight, it's different. It's just handled differently. We see that with Keyshawn Davis. Yeah, thank you. Yep. Exactly. Great minds think alike. I was about to go right to Keyshawn. I was like, with Keyshawn, I know the event was canceled, so you can say that, but nothing's gonna be 100% the same. You feel me? But you get the point. What we're saying is that Ryan Garcia misses weight. He's even celebrated for it. He takes light of it, drinking beer on the stage, and then he also cheats. So Keyshawn didn't cheat, so that's different, But it's just the way that you receive it. Like Keyshawn's look like, oh, he's unprofessional. Right. Kendrick is like, oh well. Sorry, Kendrick. Ryan's looked like, oh well, he got paid for it, and he had a masterful plan with Floyd Mayweather with the threes up. So it's just like it's different perception, and it's really the same thing. Is they both did a disservice to boxing, but you could argue one did worse. I know one got his event canceled. That you could argue that's worse from a perspective. But as far as diminishing the integrity of the sport and the purity and the sanctity of the sport, Ryan's worse because he missed weight and he was on drugs. Well, that's cool. And then you see how Devin Haney was received, right? And whether you like Devin Haney or not, we could see. I'm not the biggest Devin Haney guy. In fact, I put my money on Ryan Garcia when the fight happened. But you could still you'll be a blind man. Even a blind man could see how Devin Haney was. They made fun of him. And then Galal Yafai, who was treated by Francisco Rodriguez, it could be because of his lack of popularity too. Maybe people don't know him, but nobody came out and said, oh, he's a sucker or he's trash or he's weak or they questioned his chin. He got put down. I think he got put down twice, if I'm not mistaken, by Rodriguez, and he lost, right? So, and they both cheated. So there's just so many cases that we could talk about, whether it's in the confines of the sport or if it's in politics or if it's in social confines, or I don't know. Whatever.
I'll say the same situation with, like, for example, like an Alicia Baumgartner and a Jaime Munguia. Nobody talking about Munguia's failed test or suspect test. And it's just all good. But Alicia Baumgartner, anytime you mention her, she a cheater.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, we can see it all over the place. And we all know, we don't have to discuss, we know cheating is wrong, but so sometimes you be like, hold on now. It seems like it's more wrong when somebody does it or it's less wrong when somebody else does it, Yeah,
but that's why I ain't saying no black fighters wasn't on no steroids, if I could remember. But this is why it's not.
Jamel.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, but it's not like a thing when it comes to other fighters. It's not a thing. Like you could name other motherfuckers all day long. You got to think about black people when it comes to boxing and things like that. No. There's some. Like, you remember?
No,
I'm not saying there's none. It's some, but when I'm talking about. when you think about that, you don't think about the Afro American fighters. That's not the first thing on your
No,
mind.
no, no, no,
'Cause they
not
was
especially
the
not
most
as of
popular
late.
day.
Yeah, especially not as
Yeah,
of late. Like no disrespect to our brown brothers and sisters, but especially our Mexicans specifically. That's usually where we go, right? Just as of late, as far as the cheaters, a lot of them have. I'm not saying that our Mexican fighters are cheaters, but the majority of like Galao Yafai Mexican, Jaime Munguia Mexican.
saying.
Even
I'm
the
saying
face of
that
boxing, Cinnamon, my favorite fighter. He Mexican. He had his issue. Who else? Julio Cesar
Europeans,
Martinez.
too.
Got even Ryan Garcia. He's American, but what is he? Mexican American. So it's rough out there, boy. Hey, boy. Hey, hold on out there, boy. Who else? I know I'm missing somebody. Who else? Who else? Kendrick?
No, I was gonna say don't sleep on them Eastern Europeans either.
Come on now, Imam Katayev. Come on now. He's,
See, well, none of them.
as of late, we just had Imam Katayev. We had what's my boy's name? I can see his face right now. He was supposed to fight Peter McGraw. I can't think of his name. I can see his face. Dennis McCann. Dennis McCann just got popped. Connor Ben. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Yeah, no, there's some. There's another guy too. Yeah, there's another guy just got popped. What's his name?
It's real out here.
Yeah,
It's real out
Yeah,
here.
you gotta be careful, man.
Yeah, it's real out here, man. I'm telling you, it's real.
Yep, shout out to Shawa. Erica Cruz. Yep, shout out to Shawa. So yeah, there's I don't know, man. Hey, maybe
bust the whole.
No, go ahead.
Huh?
No, go ahead.
The police bust the whole camp. They put 7 keys inside the camp, and nobody went to jail.
How many?
Nobody. Nobody.
They got the keys that Rico was looking for, huh?
Nobody went to jail. Nobody. They let them open back up.
What you say? That's 10 keys right there. That's 10 keys. That's the last thing Money Bitch heard, man. That's messed up. Right? That's 10 keys in the bag. This man tried to get his brother back. All he heard was 10 keys. That's 10 keys right there. Rest in peace, Money Making Bitch, man. You know what I'm saying? That's 10 keys.
My man, boy. They got the keys.
Man, looking for his brother, trying to get his brother back.
Hey, Thomas, with this from Thomas, how Scarface said it? Scarface said, yo, you got the stuff? He said, yeah. You got the money? He said, yeah. He said, you got the stuff? He said, oh, let me start this all over. Let's do this all over. Let's do it all over. Let me come back and do this all over. I'm about to rob you, dumbass. Where the stuff at?
What is
in
that?
the car. In the car. Remember he said in the car. Okay,
In the
okay,
car,
you got
bro.
you now. Yeah, in the car, huh?
That's crazy, bro. There's just too. I just think that if go ahead, Kendrick.
No, I was just saying that's my favorite scene in that movie.
Oh.
Yeah,
Said same thing I said. They came for me.
Right.
No, go ahead. Oh, so I was reading chat. Sorry, I didn't know you're still going. My fault.
Nah, I ain't going. I was repeating what you're saying.
For Scarface.
You're going to keep with the Scarface. You ain't going to finish out the scene, player.
Yeah, that was the Scarface joint. But you know, yo, that was one of my favorite scenes was when she was like, she said, Tony, fuck you, Tony. She said, Tony, fuck you, Tony. He said, fuck you. You be back for another Quelo. He ran out of him. He said, I love you. I love you.
Tony Montana.
I love you in the morning time. I love you in the morning time.
Man, y'all crazy, bro.
He's like, I love you.
But shout out to KD because KD said, there is charges on my girl Alicia Baumgartner, but there wasn't charges on another man who was found in the same vein and fashion. And it's all documented. It's everywhere you go. You find it. Hell, it was even in lyrics. Shout out to the Chlorilla. Chlorilla put it in lyrics. She said somebody had to. I thought she was talking about Hannah Gabriel's. Come to find out, I think it was about both of them, Hannah Gabriel's and AB. She was throwing it on her little go Chloe.
Hey, yeah, Gwo.
Yeah, bro.
She said, why I look like dropping 30? Why I look like dropping 30 for a trick that's popping dirty? Come on, man. Clarissa be spitting, man. Yeah, she be spitting, man. That was a bar, bro. You better stop playing with Clarissa, man.
I like that bar.
She said, what I look like dropping 30 for a trick that's popping dirty? Come on, man. She be spitting, man.
Shout out Chlorilla.
Hey, look at Ozen. You see, she can't do that. Ozen said, hey, that was a good bar, Pat. That was a good bar. That's crazy.
Hey, Pat came through because that other one that she did on the phone. Well, that was not.
That wasn't good. That wasn't good. Hey, Thomas, bro. You see what I be talking about though? But you see what I be talking about though? Check me out though. She got new money. Her check is fake. She got new lyrics. It wasn't written by her. Gosh dang, but hey, next thing you know, it's gonna be tanking Clarissa's outfit. You know he like being on women, ain't it? No, I'm playing. That was low.
I'm trying to say, yo, but I'm telling you,
Gonna be Tank dressed as Clarissa.
Hey, guilty charge, dog. That boy don't got the benefit of not being guilty. I mean, innocent until proven guilty. That boy guilty until he proven innocent.
Yeah, but for real though, I mean, I was talking this with Kendrick the other day, a long time ago though. I don't know. I think also you might have been there too, like Draymond Green. I think we were talking about Draymond Green. I was like, Draymond Green. Unfortunately, he's gonna get a tech for maybe saying something that somebody else could say and not even get a foul. You know what I'm saying? So something, your reputation does precede you. Yeah. Even with the fact that Javon, he could be innocent this time, but you have so many times. It's like, gosh, dang, bro, like just you gotta tighten up. And so you like Draymond Green, he might do something that LeBron could do or Steph could do or Jokic could do, and they wouldn't get even a foul. But you do it, bro, because your reputation. You're gonna get that tech. You might get tossed.
That's like every time that chick comes in your house, you missing $40. You understand what I'm saying? Every time she comes, you missing $40.
Hey, what kind of life Oster be living, dog? What kind of life?
Yeah, Oster is going through it.
What's it like when that chick come over?
No, real rap. Oster he be having run-ins while we on live, bro. I heard many a times that fool Oster done ran up with somebody that he know whatnot. Like, oh, you could just come in and you ain't even got to knock, bro. You just come on through.
Oster be living that life.
He a Mac out there. He a Mac from way back.
Oh man. Oh, I can't remember. You just made me think about that Birdman line, bro. I can't think of it how it go. But anyway, he say at the end of it, he go, his girl that name she ain't even cry because he was living that life. Something about it. I can't remember how it go down. Forget it. But Oster be living that life, boy.
Yeah, Oster's the man out here. Man. That's what I gotta say. He the man out here. That boy good.
Yeah, one of these things to live, man. This one thing you can't say you got another one of. Tell you that much. Play with this one if you want to. You ain't coming back here.
Yeah.
Not the person you are. You might be back, but you'll be a whole different person.
Facts.
Hey Doc, can we say double entendre?
Hey,
my man said, play with this thing here. If you go out of this one, you ain't coming back. He be telling the ladies that too, dog.
Come on now.
Play with
double
this one
entendre.
here.
Come on now.
You go out
Come
that
on
door,
now.
you ain't coming back.
Oster good, man. Oster good. B-Dog says, Steph, yeah, I saw that. Who were they playing? They were just playing, and he closed out on the three-pointer. I watched that game. I forgot who Steph got his first flagrant, man. And probably because of the new rule, too. If it weren't for the new rule, he may not have got it. Got his first flagrant for closing out on the three. Was it against Memphis? No. I just watched it. I don't remember. But yeah. But fellas, man, I'm gonna go ahead and slide, man. Appreciate y'all rocking, man. Shout out to Thomas, shout out to Oster, shout out to
man,
Kendrick.
Drake said, I appreciate you bringing me up, man. Shout out Kate Drake. Shout out my man Oster 40. Shout out to the good Doc of Boxing Talk. Shout out to the chat, man. Been a real one, man. I had a great time.
Yes, sir, man. Likewise, bro. Thank you, man.
Yo, Doc, you going live tomorrow or not?
Tomorrow.
Oh,
yeah,
Friday, excuse me, Friday.
I should be both galore willing. Tomorrow there's a fight.
Okay.
Stephen Butler. Hopefully it's I didn't see if it's broadcasted, but Stephen Butler, one of Janibek's best wins. He's fighting tomorrow on the Thursday. Yeah. Yeah, he'll be fighting tomorrow on the Thursday. One of Janibek, the boogeyman's best wins. So I'm gonna try to catch that. But yeah, Friday. What's going on?
Janibek ain't no boogeyman.
Because I was thinking about the previews for the fight.
Oh yeah, facts. Yeah, yes sir. Appreciate you, bro. Yes sir. I plan on doing that and dropping predictions too. Heck yeah.
Say less.
Appreciate you, bro. Yes sir.
Right.
Yes sir, man. God bless you, man.
Huh?
Oh, Saturday we got the Eubank joint, Eubank and Conor Ben, and and then the fight that I think we should pay attention to. Well, the fight that I'm paying attention to is the most is Echo Esserman and Jack Catterall, because it's his first fight with gosh dang Bozy, man. So I think Jack Catterall, if he wins, is gonna be because of footwork. That was part of the reason why I did footwork first, because I want to talk about the Devin Haney and Brian Norman fight too. But that's why I did. That's part of the reason why I did footwork on the newsletter for the first issue of the newsletter too, is because I think that if Jack Catterall doesn't have that footwork, man, Esserman's gonna run him down. That man got a big engine, man. That man don't stop punching. So we'll see. Should be a good one though, man. I'm rooting for Jack though. I'm rooting for Jack because I like Jack Catterall and I like Bozy too. So that's gonna be a good one. We gonna see.
Bozy, I'm gonna see Bozy. We gonna see
We
Bozy.
gonna
We gonna
see.
see.
We gonna see, man. We gonna see.
We gonna see. Yeah, we
Yeah.
gonna see what's up, Bozy.
I think Jack should be. He has the skills. I think he's a superior fighter in the skill department. I just think Echo is a superior fighter in the energy and will department, I would say.
I hope Bozy taught him better defense. He teaching Jerron. Tell you that much.
Here you go.
I hope so. I hope so.
I hope so too, man. I hope so too, man. But my brother, I appreciate you pulling up, man. I'm gonna go ahead and slide.
Without a doubt, man.
All right, God
Be
bless,
safe.
bro. Yes, sir. You too, man. Oh man, I was supposed to do a 2-hour show, chat. I'm trying to do 2-hour shows, chat, but I just love the talk, man. I love the boxing talk, man, with the fellas, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to Smoochie. Smoochie says, how do you access the newsletter again? I appreciate you asking, Smoochie. Shout out to you. One time for Smoochie, one time for the ladies. But yeah, we just dropped a newsletter called Doc's Corner, man. Doc's Corner on Beehive. So it's Doc's Corner, DOCSCORNER .beehive, BEEHIIV.com. So docscorner.beehive.com. And then once you get there, it's going to be a big old subscribe button, you know what I'm saying, to get email the newsletter, you see. So like I said, it's only for those that enjoy boxing and like to see a print version, is where I will go in a little further on the breakdowns when it comes to the matchups and just what the sweet science is. Like this first inaugural issue, or the inaugural issue, was about footwork. You know, a lot of times people say footwork and they think it just means moving. And that's not what it is, man. It's about taking half steps. It's about trying to get your opponent to react to you. You know what I'm saying? You act first and make them react. You know what I'm saying? Trying to your initial action causing their reaction, so you can kind of anticipate what they're going to do in addition to timing them. You see what I'm saying? So you might take a half step. Usyk is very good at that. You know, Bivol is very good at going in and out, right? You have Shakur, who's a master of keeping range, right? Just make you think that he's closer than what he is. So there's different ways to execute footwork. There's even Sweet Pea Pernell Whitaker, rest in peace. You know, the way he used to have his defense, a lot of it is where he was at and his balance, you know what I'm saying, to be able to maneuver and avoid these punches that are incoming. Even go watch Usyk and Dubois. Like, you look at the footwork, you know, instead of just looking at the punches, that's the easy part to look at. But, you know, sometimes I think it's just good, like, because now you have, especially now when you have narratives like, oh, this person's Tom and Jerry, this person's running, and they make it seem like you're running on an infinite plane. Like, that's not what footwork is. Footwork is Muhammad Ali, you know, dancing is about placement, but not just your own placement, but dictating where your opponent is going to be placed as well. So I just talk about things like that in a brief fashion. I'm not making no encyclopedia about boxing now, but I just give some examples and dive a little deeper. So if you're into it, no matter what level you enjoy boxing at, whether it's a casual level or purist level, or you want to learn a little more, then check it out. Like I said, it's a free boxing newsletter on beehive.com. The inaugural issue was dropped today. So yeah, check it out. The link will be in the description. And let me drop the link in the channel right now as well. Oh, shout out to Shawala. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? One time for the ladies. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Shawa. She just dropped the link. And please, also too, if you're going to check it out, when you check it out, don't forget to like it. But also drop me some feedback, drop comments, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, we a family, so I take all the criticism as constructive criticism. You know what I mean? Unless you're coming from a silly place, then that's, you got to go through that. I'll still read it though, but I'm gonna read all the messages. I look forward to it. And yeah, hopefully you enjoy the newsletter. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you enjoy it or you don't enjoy it, let me know what you enjoy and what parts you don't like. So we good. It's an ongoing thing, you know, so we got more documentation that we about to expand, man. Boxing Talk family about to take over, you feel me? So if you want to be down with the cause, you know, want to learn a little bit more boxing, want to rock with the real, sign up for the newsletter, man. And shout out to Z Pacino. I think he was in the chat. I think he, if I'm not mistaken, I think Z Pacino just had a fight for an amateur fight. If I'm not mistaken, I think I heard Ryan Frazier, Boxing Talk Up North, talk about that on his show yesterday or the day before. So shout out to Z Pacino, man. Hopefully that went well for him. I appreciate everybody coming through. Shout out to all the moderators. Shout out to all the congratulators and the celebrators, and one time for the haters as well, because you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing. So I appreciate my haters. I want more. You see what I'm saying? One day I aspire for me to get a big check and a contract and people think my money's fake. You see what I'm saying? That's the way I try to look at things. It's like, I want people to think that I'm view botting or paying for views or paying for, like, that means I'm doing something. I know what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. So if you want to think that's on you, if you want to think my money fake, that's good. People ain't thinking nothing about you. Unfortunately, in this world, it's rarely a good thing. It's probably because you ain't doing nothing. That don't mean you got to be a butthole yourself and you know, but if you're doing something, people are naturally going to want to knock you down. And you guys got to keep going to make sure they don't do it. Shout out to Smoochie for the $2. Shout out to Cito for the $2. I appreciate the love of the super chat. I will be back on tomorrow, good Lord willing. Hopefully they'll have that Stephen Butler fight on. And yeah, man, just rock with me, man. Dr. Boxing Talk on all socials. That's your Twitter. That's your TikTok. That's your Instagram. That's your Blue Sky. That's your YouTube, obviously. Everything, you know what I'm saying? Everything. Spotify as well. Y'all be easy. Take care of yourselves. I'll be back on the flip side. See you on the flip side. And yeah, don't forget to smack that like button. More importantly, remember with God, we can do anything. Without God, we're nothing. The doctor's out. Peace. Shawa says, yeah, Ryan's brother about to fight as well. Shout out to the Frasers. Oh, yeah. Ryan's brother, what's his name? Hellraiser Fraser. I believe it's Joshua Fraser, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man, he's about to fight as well. That's a fact. Shout out to you. Thank you for reminding me. Yep. God bless, Tech.
From the hood to college, both worlds they had to meet. 6 degrees between us, so cold, we're about to freeze. But we're Florida boys, hot takes, we bring the heat. We're moving the culture, the engineers to the streets.